Hey guys, Movie Fan here to give you that live stream that we've been waiting for 2 weeks. I'm here with my friends Shamar and Antony. Now,
Hello, everybody.
now before we get started, I do want to say that I just want to remind everybody once again that I wanted to do this 2 weeks ago, but my mom was in the hospital, so I had to postpone it. And she's doing really good right now. She's done real good. So plus to that. And, now we can get started. Now, what we're here for is we're talking about, well, basically the old continuity issues of Power Rangers. I mean, if you're a fan and you've seen it from the beginning, or at least one season or another, take your pick. There's some big continuity issues that have carried on throughout the years, or inconsistency, as I like to call them at times. And believe it or not, I actually did a lot of thought on this one. In fact, so much so that, well, pretty much mine is going to, I'm not going to lie, folks, mine is going to stem with the original Power Rangers for the most part, and probably all of it, really. But
Yeah,
there's a few things here and
understandable.
there. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of people have some others that, maybe even I never, that we never thought about. I mean, I'm sure there's one that somebody's missed down the road somewhere. So I got my Angel Grove Youth Center Cup ready for this, Joe.
Right on.
Yep. We're all power anchored up here, folks. So, well, I'll just kick this off right here with the first inconsistency. And here's an interesting one that you might want to think about, folks. When the Power Rangers first get their weapons, the axe, the bow, and all that, they
Yeah.
were fighting the Minotaur. And, it's interesting how in the series, first they're fighting him as as the Zords, and when Zordon gives them their weapons, they defeat him with their weapons,
Oh yeah.
which was echoed in Once and Always, by the way. But here's the thing: why the heck did Rita shrink the monster down for them to destroy him?
Yeah, that was pretty silly of her to do that because usually you'd want Rita to enlarge said monster to wrap everything up. To have that monster shrunk down, that's quite frankly a bit anticlimactic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would say.
I mean, deep down, we know the real reason why. Obviously, when Saban and them edited it, they just, took the Make My Monster Grow part, put that in first, then they put in where, they used their weapons on him and used that as the defeat rather than, but besides that, but again, folks, we're going to get away from Super Sentai on this one because we're talking Power Rangers. I mean, they are hand in hand, but and I had to acknowledge that, folks. I'm sorry, I just had to. But it is silly that they just let it go like that. Ah,
Yep.
Kamen Rider's here.
Ooh, hello.
Hey,
Hey,
Kamen Rider.
Hey there, Kamen Rider.
what's going on, man?
Yep.
How's it going?
But yeah, that was silly that she would just shrink the monster down. In fact, I remember on YouTube somebody actually made the quote, "Wasn't that nice of Rita to shrink the monster down so they could destroy him?" He actually
Yeah.
said that, and I don't
Yeah.
blame him. I mean, that's just what happened by comparison. Oh boy. And speaking of doing something stupid on Rita's part, here's the next one. In I forget the name of this episode right now, but anyway, in the episode where they fought the genie, you remember him? He was tough. He really gave him a hard time. He almost had him too. Anyway,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Why did Rita leave the genie's lamp just out in the open for the Rangers to pick up and take to Zordon? And of course, Zordon was able to have Alpha send it to another dimension, therefore getting rid of the genie.
Question. Yeah, good question.
I mean, why would you just leave
probably-
that there?
Yeah, I probably think that was not just silly, but pretty darn haphazard because, to quote American Anime Otaku or Justin Carvalho, when he
Sure.
made his review of Kyoryu Sentai Zurenja,
Mhm.
it seems like most of Rita Repulsa's schemes were harebrained and haphazard. Whereas with the
Yeah.
original incarnation, which Bandora, they were a lot more calculating and cruel.
Hey, Jordan.
Hey
Yeah.
there. So I guess it was just Saban trying to make Rita Repulsa not as terrifying as Bandora was
Yeah.
in Zurenga,
Could be.
and just make her a little bit more approachable. But that approachability is also marred by her schemes being short-sighted.
Kind of like the Shredder and Krang in the original Ninja Turtles series,
Yeah.
in a way. And I wonder if maybe Saban got kind of piggybacked off of that a little. And you know, the funny thing, there would be I could think of a much better story plot for that. I mean, it would basically go like this: that, you know, just picture this: Squat and Babu are there. They got the genie's lamp, and you know, Zordon does his usual analysis to figure out how to defeat the genie. And they realize that Squat and Babu have the lamp. Oh, LBT
yeah.
just entered.
Vision.
Hey,
Hey,
LBT,
everyone.
good to see you, man.
Sorry, I'm
Hey
late.
there.
Oh, no
I was
worries,
just
man.
finishing up my dinner.
Oh, it's okay. It's all good.
No worries.
Oh, 1 second here. One for Jordan. Yeah, I'm doing real good. How's everybody doing?
Great to have you there, Movie Universe. You too, Anthony. And as for you, Shamer,
Yay.
4
Yeah.
Power Ranger buddies in this white for
Make
the
that-
continuity.
Make that 6, because Kamen Rider's here too.
Yeah,
No
and
way.
so is Jordan.
Yep, he just said hello earlier. Hopefully he's still around. I don't know, but
Yep.
I definitely would like to hear his opinion, but we'll see. Anyway, my idea would be that, they would realize that Squat and Babu have the lamp, and they get it away from them and take it, and someone either teleports it to Zordon or something, and they take it from there. That would make better sense than, we're just going to leave that in the park for the Rangers to pick up and get rid of him,
Yep.
Good point.
So, yeah, that was a bonehead move on her part once again. So
Yeah.
that's a big inconsistency there. Yeah. Oh, here's probably the one that everybody has asked ever since this legendary 5-part episode premiered.
Oh yeah.
How did Rita get the green power coin?
Indeed.
No freaking clue.
I will have to acknowledge that the 2017 film tried to give an explanation, and I will give them credit for that. But
Indeed.
that's
By
it.
having a female Green Ranger in that movie, and Zordon, as long as Zordon being the Red Ranger and some of his team yellow, I guess.
Yeah, there was the tie-in in which Zordon was the original Red Ranger, and then Rita used to be a Power Ranger herself, but she turned to the side of evil over something that they
much.
disagreed
She
on.
wanted all the power coins for herself, and that's why she created that monster Goldar in the 2017 movie, looking like a giant molted man instead of the one that we got from the original show and all that. I mean, I do like the suits from the 2017 movie. I mean, and I heard some people compare it to Iron Man from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I could totally see why. I mean, as much as I like the costumes from the 2017 Power Rangers movie, but the dinosaurs, yeah, I have to agree with a lot of people that they look very, very crappy and very inferior to the ones that we see from the show.
Mhm. Yeah.
Especially with the Tyrannosaur, which don't even get me started with that T-Rex Zord, which
My God,
heck,
yes.
Dino Fury had a better T-Rex Zord than the one from the 2017 movie. Which Dino Fury came out in 2021, and yet it has its dinosaurs way better than the 2017 movie. Especially with the T-Rex Champion Zord, the Smilodon Zord for the Green Ranger, and that Mosasaur for the Gold Ranger and all that. And various dinosaur Zords in Dino Fury.
I think we're getting a little feedback problem here, LBT. I'm getting a lot of static in your.
Yeah, I think
Audio
you
there.
probably might have opened YouTube in your case.
I mean, I can hear you. It's just, that could become a real problem. Just wanted to give you a heads up.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Kamen Rider, my night's going pretty good because, we're finally all here doing this because I've been waiting for a while. And
So you want me to start all over again balcony now?
I'm sorry.
You want me to start all over again balcony now?
Sure. Oh, we got Jordan Ramsey in the house. Hey, Jordan.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, doing great.
Okay, so
Yeah,
LBT
LBT, he'll be
fixed that.
back. He's just starting over. So
Yeah, his audience thing is really messed up. I think it's got to do with the internet connection where he lives.
yeah. Oh, by the way, folks, this is the first time I'm doing this without being directly plugged in. I got myself a better Wi-Fi setup here, and it's working great so far. So I'm loving it.
Love to hear about it.
Yeah. Oh, here he is. Hey, LBT.
I'm
How do you
back.
sound? Ah, there we go. That's perfect.
Better now. Better now.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened to me when I with the Saban stuff, when we all blamed Saban and then my voice acting crazy. But to be fair, at least I did show you the so-called legendary battle in
Oh,
Super
yeah.
Mega.
Yeah.
And you pointed out that Power Rangers SPD was there with Mystic Force, Samurai, and Jungle Fury, which it's great seeing those Rangers back. But the biggest issue is that they barely have any screening time. It's mainly focused on the Samurai and Megaforce, and mostly Mighty Morphin over and over and
Exactly.
over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mighty Morphin has really become the biggest nostalgia crutch. And guess
It is.
what? Power Rangers Time Force has been celebrating its 25th anniversary.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it is.
Heck,
I know he
I
did.
even said-
No,
even
I
said
just
better
find it a
myself
shame
with this.
because Power Rangers Time Force, it will always be my number one favorite of all time. The quality is
Mine would be Dino Thunder.
charts. Its quality is up the charts, man.
Heck, speaking of Time Force, I've seen Time Force and I can understand why people think that it's the best Power Ranger seasons. I have to revisit Time Force. The fact that it's 25 years old and not to mention Mystic Force is 20 years old, which I revisit that series, proving how amazing it could be. Because I remember watching it from 2023 with and that's how I took inspiration from Mystic Force, and then doing all those drawings and all that, proving how good Mystic Force and nostalgic really is. Heck, I even ranked it on my tier list ranking. If you've seen my Power Ranger tier list ranking, but if you haven't seen it, that's fine with me.
Uh-huh.
It's all good.
Right on.
For me, it'll always be Mighty Morphin because that's where I started as a kid. But I grew up with it. But I respect
Fair
the
enough.
others like usual because Space, that was a great season. It really was.
Fair enough.
It's what saved the franchise, no doubt about that. So, but yeah, and SPD, I really fell in love with that like last year. So, and then I realized, oh my God, it was set in the year 2025, so I had to make a video on that, and I did.
Ew.
So yeah, and it's funny, we're not we're not living with aliens, not really, at least not yet.
We're living with AI, so
not
that's
even
close.
anthropomorphic
Yeah.
animals.
More or less is becoming like RPM.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately, and I think I know what you mean. So
Yeah. My favorite of the Power Ranger seasons would be Dino Thunder and Dino Charge, especially Dino Thunder, because I
That
heard
was a good
people said
season.
that it was like a
Oh, yeah.
recreation of Mighty Morphin for the 2000s, and I do like the theme song, the Power Ranger outfits, the characters, and especially the Dinozords. Holy cow. They have some of the best Dinozords I've ever seen. From the Tyrannosaur, the Tricerazord, the Pterazord, I mean, even the Brachiosaur. Like, holy shit, Dino Thunder was. I mean, I remember doing the 20th anniversary tribute for Dino Thunder with a bunch of Sentai and other stuff, and I even joined in the Dragon Critics video as well as Anthony's stream, proving how Dino Thunder is like the Mighty Morphin of 2000 and one of my favorite seasons of Dino Thunder. And unlike Megaforce, Dino Thunder does something different with its characters and all that. Instead of being carved copies from the characters from Mighty Morphin, they went different with the characters like Connor,
Right.
Kira, Ethan, and Trent, and yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Dino Thunder is one of my favorites, hands down. And the same could be said for Dino Charge. Mighty Morphin, I could agree with Movie Fan because Mighty Morphin from 1993 is, yeah, pretty cool. With, yeah, it does have comedy, it does throw in serious moments, and yeah, Mighty Morphin's pretty cool. And the
Yeah,
series itself is
agree.
33 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was.
And the thing about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is, and that's also something I dare not trivialize, is that this was the series that really put Fox Kids on the map. Well, it's
It
a live
sure
action series. When you it's the live action series that put it on the map. I should know because I'm writing my master's thesis about Saturday morning cartoons in the 1990s
nice.
in American television. Now, the
Impressive.
reason why I put Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on there for Fox Kids, the Fox Kids segment for the case studies,
Sure.
is because this is the series that put Fox Kids on the map. Now, you think Fox Kids in 1990, you think Peter Pan and the Lost Pirates, you think
Tasmania.
yeah, definitely those were the animated comedies, but I think, and I've argued, that Fox Kids strong point and stronghold were the action shows,
Oh, they were.
action adventure shows.
X-Men.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
X-Men, the
Spider-Man.
animated series,
Spider-Man.
Batman, the animated series,
that's-
and even Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego.
That's right. Yeah.
So when you think Fox Kids, you think the action adventure shows. Kids WB is a completely different beast altogether because although it does have its fair share of action shows,
Sure.
most of the shows there were comedies.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
more
true.
and more lighthearted fare. So if you want something, if you were a kid in the 90s and you wanted something that was action packed, you'd flock to Fox Kids. If you want something a little bit more comedic, you'd flock to Kids WB.
Yep.
Guess
That's true.
where I chose my preferences with. That's right, Fox Kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
Common
lived
Rider
it
says-
too. Those are the best days.
Yeah, I do.
I
Yeah,
never knew that these cartoons actually existed as a kid, like Spider-Man, X-Men, and what about the Fantastic Four?
I think that was beforehand, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was before them.
Yeah.
As well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something, because
Well,
I
they
think
tried the
Teenage
next
Mutant Ninja
mutation, and that
Turtle-
was a disaster.
no,
Oh,
not
yeah.
the live action one, the animated one.
The
Oh,
1987 one. I think that aired on CBS, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah, it was CBS. That's right.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
when
CBS, I remember that.
still, yeah, that was when
Network.
CBS was still
I can't
airing.
believe
cartoons.
Power
Oh, yeah.
Rangers
Oh,
did a
oh.
crossover with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Unbelievable.
Oh, my mistake. It was on syndication from 1987 to 1991, and then it got on CBS from 1990 to 1996.
Oh, I stand corrected.
I actually like this comment from Kamen Rider by saying Dino Charge is the only good thing from the Neil Saban era, which I like Dino Charge.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah,
Dino
me
Charge
too.
and Dino
Yeah.
Supercharge, which don't care if people say about Dino Supercharge. I think it's really cool. Like they upgraded the suits in the Megazord cockpit, like Super Drive mode, and then the Silver Ranger is kind of cool, as well as the Graphite Ranger or 10 Power Rangers in the Dino Charge.
Oh,
What
yeah,
can you go
this
wrong with that?
was such an ambitious
I
season.
mean,
but
you thought
I
this
think
happened with SPD, Mystic Force, and RPM, as
Right.
well as Jungle Fury. Dino Charge takes it into a whole new level.
That's
10
true.
Power
Yeah.
Rangers.
right on.
What,
Yeah.
what can you go wrong with that?
Exactly.
true.
Yeah,
That's very
Exactly.
true.
And the thing about Dino Charge was that it was able to be of actually pretty damn good quality. And on top of that, the relationship between Tyler Navarro and Shelby Watkins, I could see hints of West Gen in that particular couple.
Hey, buddy.
Man,
Yeah,
I
I
wish-
mean, when
I
you
wish
think
Jason
There he
would
is.
go along
couple,
with Kimberly like in the original series. But to
yeah,
be fair, at least
it
they
was
tried their
smidges
best with the
with
2017
Kimberly
movie.
on there. Yes.
yeah, whatever preferred.
So,
Certainly.
Yeah.
And on top of, but I think with like Tyler Navarro and Shelby Watkins, there was just a whole great deal of Wes Collins and Jen Scotts on there, considering that, let's just say that Tyler and Shelby took off where Wes and Jen left off, or more appropriately, inherited that strong bond that defined Wes and Jen.
You could say that, Anthony. You could say
Yeah.
that. And I mean, granted, they tried doing that for Megaforce with Troy and Emma, but since Orion came along, I don't know which couple that I should prefer, Troy and Emma or Emma and Orion, which is kind of confusing.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think they really developed that much. I think with Orion, they were really trying to have a rehash with the Tomberly ship. They were trying to have a rehash about it. But for me, I'm going to stick to my guns and say Troy and Emma. I think Trema
Oh,
would have been
definitely.
developed a lot more. There was some plans with Jake and Gia as a couple, which
Excuse me.
was a lot more implied. But going to Megaforce, I feel like that was wasted potential. I don't like to say it's one of the worst, but what's sad about Megaforce and what kills me about Megaforce is that they still chose the whole Mighty Morphin formula, despite the
Yeah.
fact that the Super Sentai incarnation had Angel Rangers
Yeah.
And-
Instead
And
of
then
for
Super
doing
Mega
it,
had
and Pirate Rangers.
Literally.
Are you freaking kidding me?
yeah, instead of them doing their own original thing, like, dude,
Yeah, which is why I decided to stick up with its Sentai counterparts, especially Pirate Sentai, which Pirate
Yeah,
Sentai is one of my
Gokaiger.
favorites in the Super Sentai series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gokaijo was definitely, I think, a lot of fun, especially for anyone who enjoyed
Enjoy.
Super Sentai in the 2010s and wanted a seriously, wanted a serious dedication, let alone homage to the previous Sentai seasons.
Yeah,
With Super Mega Force, it was unfortunately a mess because
Yeah.
we're getting series that never really aired before Power Rangers. Are you freaking kidding me again?
yeah.
My take is this. If I were to improve Mega Force, I would completely scrap with the whole high school brouhaha, completely scrap with the Mighty Morphin rehash, and just really get to the damn mentorship of the previous Rangers. No more Zordon knockoff, please.
Yeah.
Not to
Yeah,
mention with the
Zordon
Golden
and
Eyes
Alpha 5 knockoff, because Gosse, he was nothing more than a Zordon knockoff. He was nothing
Yeah,
more than
he
Dollar
was.
Store Zordon.
Gosei
And,
doesn't even do anything except
Oh.
giving out new things to the Rangers, like some Christmas presents or lottery tickets and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I think what's even sadder about Megaforce and Super Megaforce was that these two series were basically trying to ride the nostalgic coattails of all three seasons of Mighty Morphin Power
Yeah.
Rangers plus Power Rangers Zeo. Well, all three seasons of Mighty Morphin for Megaforce's case, and Power Rangers Zeo for Super Megaforce's case.
Yeah.
let's
Yeah,
not forget
that's
Samuel, too.
And do you
Yeah.
know what's even lazier about these two seasons? Is that they relied on Sentai footages through and
Yep.
through without we don't see the Rangers in their outfits that much. It's just Sentai footages. Literally.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a dark, but it was
Heck,
supposed to be
I
a dark.
even saw the Sentai series, and I even saw Megaforce. Like it's like we're watching the same thing, but
Yeah.
dubbed in
Right,
America.
right.
And
Yeah.
even the legendary battle, it's just Sentai footages.
Yeah.
Literally.
It
Exactly.
wasn't. Like I said, it really wasn't.
Guys, we're gonna have to get back to the continuity issues again. I'm sorry
yeah,
to say.
definitely.
That's all
But
good.
Sorry,
I
I'm
think
off
going to
track.
the continuity issues, let's also go to our favorite topic about
Sure,
Tom
sure.
Burley, yeah? Because after that kiss that Tommy and Kimberly had when Tommy
Hmm.
first lost his Green Ranger powers, he wasn't seen again.
Yeah, and that
It
one I
wasn't
was gonna
mentioned
bring
again.
up. And you're right.
It's just so I mean, you'd think that for the first Power Rangers couple, you'd think that there would have been a whole lot more development.
I
But
know.
all he ever got in episode 40 was just a damn cameo.
Yeah, and that was Doomsday.
Doomsday. Yep,
That's
Doomsday.
new.
It's a tragedy, really. It's a bloody tragedy because
It's
Tommy and
ridiculous.
Kimberly really set the stage as a
They did.
Yeah.
wonderfully dynamic and beautifully synergetic Power Rangers couple. They set the stage for Wes and Jen. They set
Yeah.
the stage for Tyler and Shelby. They set the stage for Trent and Kira.
Kira.
They set the stage for Trent and Kira for Dino Thunder, which I was going to say that, but good points.
Yeah.
Heck,
But-
Dino Thunder is the reason why I liked Power Rangers because of how the dinosaur theme, and I like Power Rangers and all that stuff. And
Sure.
sorry if I'm cutting you, Mister. Sorry about that, movie fan.
Yeah, it's
That's all right.
honestly a huge shame that Tom Burley should have been given a lot more development. But I think the writers
Yeah.
got the hint and got the hit because when Tommy came back, there was a lot more development between
There
Tommy
was.
and Kimberly.
Yeah,
Which
they
should have
There
been
really was.
handled, should have been handled after the Green Candle, which really should have been handled after the Green Candle because after that episode, we don't see Tommy, we don't see Kimberly saying, "Hey, Tommy, how's everything? I miss you. I love you."
Yeah. We don't
Are
see
these
them
writers
hang
concerned
out after
that
school.
are these writers concerned that Tommy and Kimberly in love would mean, oh, these kids are going to have some ideas? Well, here's something I also researched. Girls who ended up watching Power Rangers also kind of watched it for the romance between Tommy and Kimberly.
Yes. Exactly.
I'm not a fan of
So
that
it's not
romantic
just the
stuff.
boys watching Power Rangers for all the
Yeah.
freaking action and for all the freaking martial arts
Yeah.
fight choreography, which admittedly, as us guys who grew up with it, we
Yeah.
were there for it.
Yeah.
But there were also girls who were into this whole martial arts action and fight choreography, so it was free for all.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right because, and I was actually going to bring that up too. So thanks to you, Antony, for bringing that up because I was going to say that you inspired that, but yeah, you beat me to it, and that's all good because I thought about it too when you said that because, they should have had at least something of them hanging out after school because they were still in school together and all that, but no, they never did anything with it. But
I mean, the
I
fact that
agree.
they
They-
were the first Ranger couple to kiss.
yeah,
that should
and
say
the only
something.
one really by comparison.
It sucks really because I would have wanted Wes and Jen to have a kissing scene. I would have wanted, heck, even yeah. And while we're at it, I
Oh,
really would
what-
have wanted Jason and Catherine to be a couple.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly how I felt about Jaden and Mia from Power Rangers Samurai. I
Mm.
forgot to bring that up since I was relying on Troy and Emma's
Yeah.
relationship for Megaforce because,
Well, that's
I
all
mean,
right.
I watched Megaforce from the 2010s and I used to like it back then, but rewatching it in 2020s, I can understand a couple of complaints and I can understand where you guys are coming from with all this, which
Yeah.
forgot to bring up Jaden and Mia's
Man.
relationship for Power Rangers Samurai. And when I was watching Samurai, one of my friends were like, it's Jaden and Emily, or like, I mean, with all due respect, I would pick Emily and Mike and Jaden and Mia, since to me, they were kind of a couple together, not gonna lie. Jaden and Mia and Mike and Emily, just like that.
Maybe.
If you've seen Watch Mojo's Power Ranger couples.
Yeah. Well, here's a good one to think about, folks. And, I don't think anyone's ever really brought this up before. Getting back to agreeing with evil once again, this brings one question. How come Zordon never told the Rangers about the green power coin in the first place?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
That's kind of a mystery.
was this something that was covert?
Yeah. I mean, everybody asked the obvious question of how come Rita has the power coin, and rightfully so. But,
Mm.
Yeah, if you looking in the Bone Comp Studios, but I mean, I did the research of that and looking at that Willie explained everything how she got it.
Yeah. But
50,
yeah,
50.
no, but
Think
I'm sorry?
about it like this: it's stuff from the. I was trying to say something. Stuff from the
Comics?
comments. They not really going to get explained too much. You gonna have
Right.
the story is you gonna have to make the story in your head to, like, how long Rita had this green power coin.
Yeah, 10,000 years in this case.
Yep.
Pretty
And yeah,
much.
thank you, comment writer, about the genie's lamp. I mean, yeah. Just a little throwback on there, folks. Sorry. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I guess we all have to come up with our own theory as to how that happened. I mean, we could stick with the 2017 version where, she was a ranger and turned evil. Maybe. But it's the only one that makes sense right now. So
I don't know, yeah. It's really confusing. They never even explained it out why. It's
no.
hard.
Or slowly, when she was growing up, she probably ended up becoming evil.
Yeah.
Or decided that she was not fit to be a ranger, so she rebelled.
Yeah. Although
She
there
did
was,
other unforgivable things.
come to think of it, I do remember that one fan fiction film, Zordon of Eltar, where the theory was that her people had it all along, the green power coin, but Rita just had it. That was Cisco
Yeah.
Davis Jr.'s idea for his little short video there, and that was awesome, by the way. I still think it's one of the best
I
fan
remember
fiction
that
I've come
movie.
across. Next to Power Rangers Unworthy, of course. Which, by the way,
Ooh.
guys, we're still waiting to see what happens next in Unworthy here. Come on.
Mm,
We want to see them all team up to go get the Arbiter. Come on. What's the holdup? But anyway, yeah.
indeed.
And that theory does make sense. I mean, maybe that's what happened. But yeah. And here's another one. And this should wrap up season 1's continuity issues. What happened to Zach's dream diva, Angela? Because after they battled the oyster, and he kissed her, by the way.
Mm.
They almost did. They almost did. But
I
They
think,
did. They did.
Man, that was
They
very
did.
close.
Well,
I
anyway,
think Angela probably just decided, enough was enough. She out. She done a transfer.
could be.
Yeah, I
This
It
think
was
the
never
whole
explained
thing-
as to what happened to her. She was just poof gone,
Yeah, I think
Oh my
Zach's
God.
whole deal with Angela had always been unrequited. I never really cared for that particular storyline.
Yeah, a lot of people
Poor
did.
guy was
Me,
such a
I'm kind of
simp
somewhere
for in
in the
her.
middle, but that's just me. So
Yeah, poor Zach was such a simp for her.
yeah,
Now, if I had
know.
it my way,
Hmm.
I think Zach should have just ended up romantically linked with Trini.
You're not the first one to come up with that. A lot of people think that, and I think that could have worked too. I really do.
Yeah,
Because they were good
So-
friends.
yeah, definitely. I think that could have been the first black and yellow couple. And we already have 3 seasons worth of Tomberly.
Hmm. Yeah.
So let's give them that. And I honestly think that Zach should have been Min's father.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I mean,
having him being like a sort of uncle figure, mentor figure was a bit of a cop out.
it was, but I think I can understand why why Billy wasn't chosen for that. I mean, he did blame himself, and I know she blamed him too for Trini's death. So
Mm,
yeah,
yeah. Oh, and
And
Is it the
speaking of
Once and
Once and
Always
Always, speaking of
movie
Once
Yeah.
and
from
Always,
2023, which I actually like the Once and Always, and it's great to see Zach back as the Black Ranger after so many like first
Yeah.
two seasons of Mighty Morphin, which
True.
I honestly
Yeah.
like Zach.
I enjoy him. I
oh,
love
he's
him.
great.
Coolest
Yeah.
guy.
But I've always made this take. Here's what I would have wanted from Once and Always. Min is the only darn new gen character. It does feel kind of awkward that a new gen characters with like the older gen characters. So let's put a nice coat of paint because we need some new gen characters to accompany alongside her. I propose
Oh.
the following.
Oh,
Aside from
I-
Min, aside from Min being like the daughter of Zach and Trini, I propose, let's say, son for David Trueheart and Emily. Yeah, to be the new White Ranger. The son of Tommy and Kimberly to be the new Green Ranger.
There we go.
Yeah. The son of Jason and Catherine to be the new Red Ranger. As in, okay, older son for Tommy and Kimberly to be the new Green Ranger. Older son for Jason and Catherine to be the new Red Ranger. Billy. Oh, this will be fun. Billy and Heather. Yeah, I figure that Heather should have been blinking Billy. You know
Yeah.
Heather. If you know Heather from Power Rangers Zeo's 3-parter, There's No Business Like Snow Business.
Yeah.
I think they should have had twin sons. Okay, the first twin son could be the Black Ranger. Then the next twin son could be the what was that? Yeah, the Blue Ranger. Yeah. Then Min, the daughter of Zach and Trini as the Yellow Ranger. And you'll love this. The younger daughter of Jason and Catherine as the Pink Ranger. Or excuse me, not just that. The younger daughter of I've tried to formulate a 7-person team because based on the ships, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Because there are other ships that I love, like Rocky and Tanya and Adam and Aisha. So what the hell could I do for them? Or better yet, excuse me, scratch that. How about this? The elder son of Tommy and the elder son of Tommy and Kimberly as the White Ranger, the younger son of Tommy and Kimberly as the Green Ranger, the son of Jason and Catherine as the new Red Ranger, the son of Adam and Rocky and Tanya as the new Black Ranger. The son of Adam and Aisha as the new Blue Ranger. The daughter, Min, in this case, Min would be the daughter of Zach and Trini as the new Yellow Ranger. And the daughter of Billy and Heather as the new Pink Ranger. What do you guys say to that?
I think it would work.
Yeah, definitely. I think
new.
with these Power Rangers couples,
And very tricky in my opinion.
and you're looking at a guy who is a darn loyal shipper of Tommy and Kimberly, Jason and Catherine, Zach and Trini, excuse me, Rocky and Tanya, Adam and Aisha, and Billy and Heather.
Nice.
Seriously, Heather and There's No Business Like Snow Business was done so damn dirty.
In so many ways.
I felt so bad for Sarah Brown because she was so wonderful.
Yeah.
It's such a shame. It's such an absolute shitty shame that her character just became nothing more than a rebound girl attempt for Tommy. That damn 3-parter was just so full of shit, absolute
It was.
shit decisions.
What 3-part are you talking about?
Zeo.
Business like Snow Business from Power Rangers Zeo.
Which is more
Oh.
legendary for the infamous Dear John letter.
Oh dear.
Oh,
And it snowballed from there.
Yeah,
It
way
got-
down,
well,
if you ask me.
The fight scenes were awesome, but the whole thing with that 3-part was just a whole damn mishmash. It was a mishmash. It was a mess. You got monster fight here. You got one monster trying to make people fall in love with different objects, and then you got another monster wanting to start global warming, and it's like, make up your damn mind. It's overkill. And then you got the Rangers making the dumbest decisions about not including Heather as a potential ally with Billy. Hello.
Yeah,
It's so stupid.
it is.
It is incredibly stupid.
It is.
Yeah.
Jordan, were you going to
And
say?
incredibly idiotic at best.
it's,
Tell me
it's
about it.
That's fine.
Oh, you sure? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's okay.
Well, okay. Well, let's see. That wraps up season 1's continuity issues. Now to season 2.
Oh,
And here's one that I think most people have never thought of. Hey, DHR's here.
Hey.
Whoa,
How you
What's
been?
up, man? Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, I do apologize if I keep jumping from season to season. But
Oh, don't worry about it.
there were just
I mean-
so many things about Zeo that just I still like it, but there are some things about it that also pissed me off.
Hey, I mean, it was a season that was kind of a hit and miss for a lot of people. And it's no
Yeah,
lie.
but it still had its perks. I'll give it that.
Oh, it did.
Oh.
It did.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
Jason
so-
returning, that was a big one right there.
Yeah, definitely. I think Jason should have boinked with Catherine. Tommy should have gone back and boinked Kimberly. There you have it. 2 bros, 2 hoes.
That would work.
Not a word I like to associate with Power Rangers, but I'll go with it anyway, just for the sake of argument. But
Well,
anyway,
2
it's a habit.
two
It's a
bros
habit.
and-
Don't mind me.
Yeah, 2 bros and Tommy and Jason, and
Yeah.
I don't like to use the words for hoes for Kimberly and Kat, but you know that street code mean, yeah?
Yeah.
They're honeys. Excuse me, honeys. Yeah, I think that's a
It's
better
all
term
good,
for them.
it's
They're
all good.
honeys. They're
It's all
honeys.
good, man. It's all good. Heck, David Yost said it best when I saw him a couple years ago. The Power Ranger fans are no longer 7 years old. They're in their 30s and 40s now. So
Ah.
yeah.
Fucking men.
So yeah, that's yeah. Anyway. But anyway, for season 2, here's a big continuity issue that it's funny. Nobody ever asked this question I know of. They never explained the Thunder Zords, like where they came from in the first place. Did Zordon just
definitely.
have them just hiding in the closet or something, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was based
that
on
was
one of the
pretty darn
Sentai
silly
series, like
itself.
Diamond
Ranger.
or something.
Dairanger.
Down Ranger.
Oh, thanks, Anthony. Because that Sentai series has that White Ranger, and it wasn't with Zoo Ranger. The Zoo Ranger had like 6, while Die Ranger has that White Ranger from a different Sentai series.
Yep.
And funny thing is that Mighty Morphin had like 7 Power Rangers. In like season 1 and 2, you get the Green Ranger, and then half of season 2 and season 3, you get the White Ranger, like, which is why movie universe decides to combine the mask to make it like part Green Ranger, part White Ranger, and boom, like
Yep.
Tommy Oliver from Mighty Morphin and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's how
No,
this,
bad writing is what I
creation
blame.
of Tommy
Yeah.
Oliver, like Lord Draken, was created.
That's
Mhm.
true. But yeah, it's it's just should have been done to explain where the Thunder Zords came from exactly, other than we'll just
Exactly.
step out the door and there they are.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Honestly, I think my theory is that the Thunder Zords were more elevated versions
Well,
other
sure,
than
yeah,
the more prehistoric Dinozords. So we're basically more mythically based.
yeah, they were.
Yeah. So
And
I
yet
think
they
say
don't
that-
know where
let's
the
just
Zords
say
came from,
that-
so I kind of blame the writing team on it.
Yeah,
They
let's
could've done
just
a better
say that
job
they
at it.
came from. Let's just say that they came from the Ming Dynasty from China, given
There.
Dairenja's theme of
Mhm.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Kung Fu. Yeah, I would say that the Thunder Zords came from China.
Yeah. And there's no denying DHR is right. I mean, the writing
And
did
it's-
get pretty lazy on quite a few notes, so that was half the
Mm.
problem there.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that Thunder Zords before. Like, I thought it was like Ninja Storm, Thunderstorm, Dino Thunder, like, and the fact that it's from Mighty Morphin itself. That's kind of, I never. That's kind of a discovery of
Hmm.
Thunder Swords, literally.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Oh, and here's a big question that for some reason, well, I'm going to say this a lot that nobody asked this question. In season 2, now we all know Trini had a huge crush on Richie, and
Yes.
obviously that
And
was a
they ain't got
setup.
together yet.
Yeah. Oh, he kind of asked to study with her one time, but that's about it. And
Mm.
now we know what obviously really happened behind the scenes, but we'll get to that in a minute. But
Yep.
anyway, the key thing is Richie gone, no explanations,
Exactly.
and that was before they went to do that World Peace
Switzerland.
Conference.
Yeah,
Now-
definitely.
I mean,
It's like the whole thing with Richie and Trini went almost nowhere.
yeah,
But
I
I,
mean-
could see why, because Richie, he's a sweet dude. He's a very sweet and earnest dude, and very good looking. I'll give him that too. Male model, good looks. But other than that, he was just a nice guy.
yeah. But at the same time, let's not forget it was because of the contract dispute that put an end to it right there. So of
Oh,
course they
yeah.
had to
You know-
write Richie off, but again, they didn't try to come up with an
speaking of
explanation.
that whole contract
This is
thing,
ridiculous.
remember there was that whole thing when Tui Trang was kind of freaking out when she mentioned something about the whole injustice that's happening between Saban and
Oh yeah.
It's been going up behind the
in the
scenes.
press conference, and she was like breaking down, saying, "Oh my God, what was I thinking?"
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saban, do you not know your actors?
Yeah.
And do you not know your audiences at the single moment? Saban.
And I remember I watched some clip from that documentary when
Yeah.
Tony Oliver was saying about how Saban said that even if you complain about, not being paid on the show, contracts, not paying your stunt doubles or whatever, if you don't like it, then you will be replaceable.
Hmm.
I read that part in the article years ago when I covered it on my channel, and I thought it was just the biggest middle finger to the actors, but for the fans who grew up with Jason, Zach, and Trini. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. In fact, David Yost literally said the same thing when I met him a couple years ago. He actually said that on a panel that Saban did say, quote unquote, "You are replaceable. They don't
Pretty
care
much.
about you. They care about the costumes and the dinosaurs. They
And
don't
money.
care about you." Yeah.
Mm.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
same.
it's it's good that I posted up that rant that you did the video back in 2023, and I pretty much agree with you, movie fan, and all the points that you said about Saban, I highly agree because
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why you should never support something in the first.
Yeah. Okay, here's another continuity issue, and I know somebody once did bring this up once. I forget who he was, but anyway, I probably won't find that video again. Speaking of the the power transfer when Rocky, Adam, and Aisha replaced Jason, Kimberly, and Zach. You know, they had to
Jason,
go
Trini, and
to-
Zach. Excuse you.
Jason, Trini, and Zach. Yeah. Well, they had to go to another planet to retrieve a sword to transfer their powers, and they
Yeah.
could have just given their power coins like Tommy
Exactly.
did for the Green Ranger.
That was so damn convoluted. I think
I
they
know,
just
right?
wanted just one
Yeah,
last
that's
adventure.
ridiculous.
Obviously,
It was-
that was the main reason. One last big adventure. And
Yeah,
Surf Terra.
because
So yeah,
around the time, Austin St. John, Walter Manuel Jones, and Thuy Trang, they were not there in person. So
unfortunately, no.
it was just like, oh, and speaking of which, that third Halloween episode from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you could have just done away with that and just had Rocky, Adam, and Aisha on board rather than let us have just Tommy, Billy, and Kimberly.
Oh,
shall
yeah.
That
I
makes sense
say
though. But
or shall I say the
Here's the
hubby,
thing, though.
Tommy,
that episode was so fun. I love the way that
Billy, and the
you go.
wife,
You finish.
Jenny.
I was going to say that what's really fun about that episode. I mean, even though I love season 2, despite some hiccups that I had with it, the Halloween episode with Tommy and the way he kicked the brakes out of them putties, when he did some type of kicks that he did, he made it look so easy. But as someone who was big as I am, I can't even do that.
No.
Like that was literally my favorite part about that fight with the putties.
Yeah, I hear you.
Dude.
And you know, it's funny you should bring up Zed's Monster Mash, guys, because that brings up another continuity issue here.
Mhm.
Okay, Doomstone, the one who was resurrecting all the old monsters.
Yeah.
Poof, gone, and we're fighting Pumpkin
Exactly.
Rapper in big form. No explanation. Now, Super
Exactly.
Sentai, there is a simple explanation because he was with 2 soccer dudes in Super Sentai, and because they were together the whole time, that's why they didn't go through with it. But why the heck didn't they decide, okay, they destroy him right there, and now they have to deal with Pumpkin Rapper?
Mm.
Why not?
Season 3 did it worse. They brought back all of the monsters just to destroy the Thunder Jewels. I mean,
Yeah,
the Thunder Jewels
that
and
was
stuff.
crazy.
Yeah, that
It's
too.
like they have a
Oh,
hard
and they
time
were
of letting
gone,
go.
too, they just disappeared, poof, like that too.
Yep.
We seem to get a lot of this disappearing out of nowhere with no explanation business, don't we? So
Yeah.
Yeah, blames the barn.
Yep.
Yeah, it's his
And
fault.
And
Oh,
No,
here's
Mark.
a good one for you.
And there's something I do not agree about season 3's morphs. Okay,
Uh-oh.
there's this whole White Ranger power, Black Ranger
Yeah.
power. Pink.
oh yeah, I hated that.
Tiger
So did
Zord.
I.
That shit is called like red
Mastodon.
ninja power, white ninja power, blue ninja
Yeah.
power.
Oh yeah.
Because
That's the part where
that
they
season
asked
is
their
based off
AI.
Gakka Ranger, right? So they
After
could have
their-
just easily
Ever
done
since
that.
the Zords got
Tiger,
destroyed,
boom.
they got
Tyrannosaurus, boom. And if I wanted to have it my way, Adam Green Ranger, Dragon Zord. Oh. I really would have wanted David Trueheart to have also been like the new Green Ranger. That would have made 7 Power Rangers in total.
Oh, definitely. That's exactly
Yeah,
how I
would've
feel about
been
Cosmic
fun.
Fury when I watched. I mean,
Yeah.
I wanted some male character to be the Red Ranger instead of Amelia because, and then you have, why not add a Yellow Ranger or you have like Cosmic Fury Power Rangers? Like, it's basically Dino Fury, but this time it's with Cosmic Fury, which sounds good on paper, but Hasbro decides to do things on their own way, which I pretty much agree with movie fan, big time.
Mm.
So good point of adding 7 Rangers, Anthony, which I totally agree with you on.
Yeah. Yeah. And okay, here's another continuity issue. The probably this two-part episode probably has gotten a lot of flack. The Wild West Rangers.
Oh boy.
Anyway. Yeah. Well, here's a question that I've wondered about for a long time. When the White Stranger gets poisoned by the cactus monster, how come Tommy isn't feeling any effects in the future, almost like he's going to fade away? Because shouldn't something have kind of affected him?
Yeah. Should have something happened like
Well,
Back to the Future.
Okay, this is my little theory. I feel like in Weird Idea, he's probably Kimberly great grandfather. It probably didn't really affect Tommy because it's probably. I know it's still Tommy, but I think he probably related probably to Kimberly.
Maybe, but I'm not so sure because technically we saw Kimberly's ancestor at the very end of that episode, but then again, we don't know for sure either what happens, so maybe. I mean, who knows? It's possible at this point because so many unanswered questions and continuity issues here, which is what we're here for, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and wrapping up season
what was
2
up with the whole Return of the Green Ranger. Like I keep saying, this ties back nicely to Tommy's long lost brother, David Trueheart. Like if I had it my way, both Oliver brothers, or both Frank brothers in real life, i.e. Eric Frank and Jason David Frank, should have been the first Ranger brother duo. They would have
just like
preceded
that.
Ryan and Dana. They would have preceded Hunter and Blake.
Hunter and Blake, and Vita and Maddie from Mystic Force, and Javi and Izzy from Dino Fury.
Yeah, what a bloody wasted opportunity it was.
Levi and Brody from Ninja Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And don't forget another one from Dino Charge. Why we ain't his other brother? What's that character's name?
You said Riley and the other one again?
Yeah, why we got an older brother too? I forgot the character's name from Dino Charge.
Riley, older brother. Was it Dino Charge or?
Yeah, it's Dino Charge.
Excuse me?
Dino Charge.
Okay. Matt Griffin.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. And this will wrap up the season 2 continuity issues here. The Masked Rider backdoor pilot. It really had no business being there.
Trash.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah,
And honestly, Kimberly being sick, that was a bit of a tragedy in of itself. I get it. Amy Jo Johnson was slowly phasing out of her role. She wanted to do other things outside Power Rangers because, around 1995, she was about to turn 25. And honestly, you could have just given Kim, and of course, it was sort of the beginning of the end for Amy Jo Johnson as Kimberly. But honestly, you could have just had her join the gang in that outer space journey, and then just have her remain with a damn cold on Earth, or the damn flu on Earth.
Yeah,
which
and
was
of course,
a total fucking waste.
Yeah, and at the same time, don't forget. I mean, it leads up to Lord Drex. Was it?
Lord Draken.
Lord Drex. No, Lord Draken.
Lord Drex. Excuse me, Lord Drex. Yeah,
Drex. Yeah, I was right. It was
Yeah.
Drex. Yeah, Lord Drex coming to Earth to try to get even with the Power Rangers for interfering. And of course, Masked Rider goes to stop him, and we never see or hear of that ever again from that angle. Actually, even from the Masked Rider angle, it was like, he's here to protect it from Drex because he's decided he's going to conquer Earth.
What
Dragon,
episode was it
excuse me,
that
Dragon.
features the
Lord
Masked
Dragon.
Rider? Because I haven't seen that episode before. The Masked Rider crossover with the Power Rangers. Where is
You're
it
really
at?
not missing much. Oh,
That's in
in
season 3.
Well, technically it's in season 3, but it's really set in season 2.
Oh,
Yeah, but what episode was it?
It was called A Friend in Need.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, friend.
And need.
Friend in Need.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
beginning of season 3.
Yeah, technically. To me, I just call it a big whatever because it's to me it really starts when the Thunder Megazords are destroyed, but that's just me. So
I also would have wanted to bring up a what if. What if Tommy had replaced Jason as the Red Ranger? I know some people will agree with me on that, considering he became the new White Ranger.
To be
Here's how it
fair,
would've been
at least
fun.
he became Red Ranger in Zeo and Turbo.
Yeah, I know.
it would have been kind of interesting to see him turn
Oh,
into the
duh.
Tyrannosaurus, but I don't know.
Yeah, because
Oh.
Rocky as the Red Ranger, I'm sorry. He just didn't scream Red Ranger material for me. I mean, if I
Yeah.
had it my way, and I know I'm going to sound really high when I say this, but I would have wanted David Trueheart to be the new White Ranger. And if Tommy were to be the new leader of the Power Rangers, he would have earned his damn stripes as the Red Ranger.
Yeah.
And then Rocky would have been the Green Ranger to really fit his Lancer personality.
That three-parter was
And
actually
it did.
supposed to lead off
Yeah.
to the Max Rider TV show.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
it was.
the TV show that came. I thought it came at the same time as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and
Well,
I didn't know
technically
that
it
came
was-
after Power Rangers. That's new.
Technically, it did for season 3, but yeah. And yeah, Kamen Rider, you're right. That's exactly what the whole point of it was. But it just felt like it didn't really belong there, though.
Yeah,
Not
because
really.
me, because me and Sky's been talking about a while back.
Yeah, the whole thing about Tommy being the new leader of the Power Rangers as the White Ranger.
I hate it.
That was a bit silly. If I had it my way, if he were to be the new leader of the Power Rangers, he would have been the new Red Ranger. Or he
In
would have been
Zeo, yeah, but not in season 2 and 3. And here's the thing. I don't mind him being the leader though, because I really it showcases how far he's come since
Sure.
when he first became evil as the Green Ranger and he turned babyface. But then later on, and he was going through some ups and downs with his powers being taken away, being capped and everything. But once he became the White Ranger, I feel as if he should have not been a leader and just stayed as the Sixth Ranger
Yeah, as the
until
wild card.
Jason, Zach, and Trini left. Then he would have became the leader and started mentoring the new generation, Rocky, Adam, and Aisha.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
I
just my
mean,
thing.
I will say this about Tommy's White Ranger tenure. This is how I would compare his Green Ranger tenure to his White Ranger tenure. Green Ranger tenure is more of Tommy at his wild, unpredictable, savage prime. Whereas with White Ranger, he's a lot more zen, but more protective in that sense. He's a lot more zen.
Yeah. And that was one mistake I completely overlooked when I made my what if scenario for the Power Rangers timeline. Like, what if they all stay together? I don't know. Maybe it was just nostalgia talking, but I should have had Jason stay as Red Ranger. And some
That
people
part.
brought that up. And
Yeah, I agree.
I think Jason really should have stayed as Red Ranger.
I should have said that in the first place. I don't know why that never occurred to me, but yeah, I
I'm with
can't
Movie
undo
Fan
that
on
video
this one.
now.
I'm with Movie Fan on this one because Jason would always be the Red Ranger for Mighty Morphin. Like, I prefer him as the Red Ranger than Rocky ever was. And
Yeah,
as for
that's
Tommy
the-
Oliver, despite me liking him in Dino Thunder as the Black Ranger, I prefer him in both white and green, most likely green, because of how famous and iconic the suit really is.
Yeah,
That part, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
totally.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that moves us to. I say that moves us to season 3's continuity issues, and
Oh,
here's
yeah,
one that I cannot believe no one has ever thought about this one before. Tried this
Ooh.
for a laugh. They say that Ninjor created the power coins, right?
Yeah.
So, why did he create the power coins based off of dinosaurs when he's all about the power of ninja?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
he
that's
what
prioritized,
part it is.
maybe he was mixing up
Thank
the
you.
Japanese folklore with the prehistoric folklore. Hmm.
That's weird.
Or
Because I
maybe
thought
he
Zordon
just
was the one that
Yeah.
power coin stuff like
Well, they
that
created.
explained-
Well, Zordon and Alpha did create the White Ranger, which
Mhm.
also begs the question of if Ninja created the power coins, how was Alpha and Zordon be able to create White Ranger then?
I think that's an interesting
Okay.
theory though, because here's the thing: the first episode of season 1, when Zordon and them gave the Rangers the power morphers and the coins,
Mhm.
don't you think? Yeah, I'm lost. I'm lost.
Zordon probably was holding the White Ranger power for like a rainy day and ended up thought about giving it to Tommy because he lost his Green Ranger powers.
Maybe that would make some sense. I mean, that's technically what happened later. But the thing is, it looked like they were just creating him right there on the spot, though.
Mm.
Or maybe it took a while to create him. Maybe.
Right.
And okay, here's a two for well, this one comes to Rito Revolto. His last name is always kind of a mystery to me because his last name is
Rita
Revolto.
Repulsa's big brother.
Yeah, and Rita's last name is Repulsa.
Little-
So half siblings, maybe?
Not just half siblings, but more
Oh,
like
it
they
is.
try to make it sound catchy. I would
Yeah.
say that it's also the product of an affair.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Usually a story.
Mm.
Oh, here's a good one.
Do you think that? And I know that Rita Revolta was based off of Gakshok Doro from Kakurenja, who was not all comedic, but was
No.
scary as hell in his
No.
skeleton form. So I think I could see why they went with the silly, goofy Rita Revolto. I think it was just because when you think
The
of someone
violence.
as scary and intimidating, you already had Lord Zed doing the lion's share.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been cool if Rita Revolto had behaved like Gakshok Doro.
Yeah, it still would have been really different, and it was supposed to be dark, but instead they want to change it up, make it just less violent and scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the parents got all ho ho
Yeah,
ho.
That's
Not
what
to
happened.
mention, it didn't help matters that Power Rangers did have its fair share of controversies when it was still airing.
That's true too. Yeah.
So I
Tom
think
Ryder's right about that.
I think the people behind the shows really did want to alleviate.
Yeah. Here's another one for you. They never did explain this because, and this comes down to the ever classic make my monster grow. Now, with Rita, it was she threw her wand down. Lord Zed, he had that orb. But in season 3, no explanation. All of a sudden, they cross his staff and her wand.
Yeah.
Because in season 2, he was still using his orbs. So, what changed here?
Probably got lazy.
Yeah, maybe.
Not just lazy, but I think they were also relying so much on
I guess they want to do something
was-
different.
working back then. Yeah, they tried something different by uniting their power.
Yeah. Oh, here's a real weird one for you. This comes from the Storybook Rangers episode.
Oh yes, that.
Yeah.
I hated that multi-parter.
Yeah. Well, try this for a laugh. I mean, Mondo the Wizard was supposed to be a character in the book, right? But yet Rita claims that Mondo's actually a friend of hers. If he's just a character in a book, how can he be a friend of hers? He's not real.
That's crazy. That we nailed it. This.
It's a mystery.
A big one.
Yep. And who could forget this mystery? How did they manage to make Titanus operable with the Ninja Megazord and Shogun Megazord?
Wait a minute.
They never
You're,
explained that
Right
fully.
you're telling me that the Titanosaur is still present?
Yeah.
Wait, what was that?
Whose TV is that?
What is that?
I'm sorry. What?
Huh?
I heard something speaking.
So did I.
That's,
Yeah.
that's somebody TV.
Mm.
Well,
Oh, you might as well turn that down, buddy, because of the
who's doing that?
copyright stuff. Because
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, that could be dangerous. Yeah.
What are you
That's good.
watching there?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Who's watching?
Oh, me, my bad, y'all. I'm watching the highlights and the NFL highlights. They just started the preseason.
Oh,
NFL.
NFL highlights.
Yeah, my bad, y'all.
That's all good.
Oh,
Is it?
okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
here's another one
Going
for you.
back to the Storybook Rangers.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I never really got into that 100%.
Well, for me, it was the turkey jerk. That was the best moment just because.
Oh yeah, way better than the Chunky Chicken Monster. I give
Yeah.
him that. At least
Yeah.
he did more with the
That's-
Rangers, except get blown up to pieces.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I think one of my favorite episodes from the season 3 would have to be the one with the lights, camera, action. Is it
Yeah,
the
I
one?
love
Because
That's season 2.
That's a good one.
Mhm.
I think that kind of reminds me of a similar title like this from Power Rangers Operation Overdrive, but it's very different. But except for the fact that
Oh.
the Rangers were on television and then they were interviewed by this interviewer, how the Rangers were teaching this interviewer how to kick on top and do martial arts, and I honestly kind of like that episode.
Mm.
And then they have to fight a monster, and yeah, just like that.
Yep.
There's a good one for season 3 again. How come, they said that the power coins were tied into their souls or something, right? So how were they still alive after the power coins were destroyed?
Exactly.
That just should not
What
be.
power coins?
Well, they're power coins that Ninja gave him. Oh, Nicholas is
The
here. Let's
one
see if I can get him in
that-
here. Uh-oh.
Hmm.
No, I'm sorry, Nicholas, but it's limited to 6. So, sorry, man.
Mm.
Well, that wraps up season 3. Now we
Yep.
come to Zeo. And here's one that...
Oh, and I was also going to reiterate something about season 3.
oh,
What
sure,
about
go
that
ahead.
darn Christmas episode? I'm dreaming of a White Ranger.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
a bit
And we
misleading.
didn't get no
my
Ranger action, none of that. It was just them
that
throwing
was
snowballs at Goldar and
I'm sorry
Rito.
to say that, but that
Like, I really hated that Christmas episode.
the finale was so damn
It's
lame
all right, man. Don't
and
worry about it.
lazy.
Yeah.
They could have taken more advantage of Becky as the kid victim of the week. The writers are really having something going on with her.
Yeah.
They faltered and they just made her nothing. I mean, granted, Becky really had substance in the story, but it wasn't really elevated to where she could have been the kid victim of the week. Like, if you really wanted the stakes higher for that particular Christmas episode, you could have just had her be the freaking kid victim of the week, have her be kidnapped by a Christmas themed monster,
I know.
and have the Power Rangers save her. Clearly, the Rangers were bonding with her. So, talk
Yeah.
about wasted opportunity. And then you got the whole spinning tops that turn kids naughty theme and the whole Santa Claus thing. It's just like
Yeah.
this particular Christmas episode had just turned into something just darn generic, all because of what? Stupid soccer mom, overprotective parents,
Yeah.
and silly moral guardians who blame the show's violence for brainwashing their kids when the so-called violence on the show was intended for self-defense.
Yeah.
I would have said force them.
Yeah. I'm doing good, Nicholas. Sorry, can't get you in right now.
Mm.
But yeah, I also blame the parents for this, for everything. They always ruin everything.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it
But
is.
yeah, I think that's really why I'm Dreaming of a White Ranger sunk so bad, because, at least in my view, because they could have taken a lot more advantage of the action, like what Power Rangers had always capitalized on. Instead, a lame snowball fight? Are you bloody kidding me? When I saw
Yeah,
that
what the
climax,
hell?
I was like, fuck that. Fuck
Well,
that.
there was one
brilliant.
worse, and we all know what that was.
Oh yeah, season to remember. Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
that episode
Season
too.
to forget is more accurate, I think.
Yeah, season to obliterate.
Yeah,
It's
that
just
too.
it's really sad because Power Rangers Christmas episodes are just they have
They can't
really
catch a break.
they've had a bad reputation. They've had a bad rap sheet
Yeah.
compared
I don't
to
know
those
what it
the
is.
Halloween ones where they really took advantage of the fight scenes and the monsters.
Yep.
Well, then again, it's Power Rangers. You expect monsters. So if I could give any recommendation to Power Rangers fans when it comes to holiday episodes they should watch, skip the Christmas episodes, skip the Christmas specials, stick with the Halloween.
Yeah, especially in the Neos monitor.
I would even
Yeah,
count,
that one too.
I would even count A Mystery to Me from Power Rangers Zeo as a Halloween episode, although it's a whodunit episode. It's a Halloween episode, for God's sake.
Hey, I still say Trick or Treat's one, even though it's technically not set on Halloween.
Yeah, Trick or Treat
Yeah.
was also a Halloween episode. So there you have it. I think. Oh wait. Oh yeah. And there's also what do you call that? Carlos and the Count. That's also very damn good Halloween episode, and actually
I
the
never
best
even
is
noticed.
what Turbo made. Okay, so let's go turn our thoughts now to Zeo, because I think
Yep.
the whole brouhaha of the Dear John letter,
Be right back.
I think we could go in depth with that. Because
It also kind of paints the picture would have Kimberly left MEPR, and she could have stayed with Zeo, and her and Tommy could have built a strong connection.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I've always been on Team Tomberly ever since I've been rewatching Power Rangers during Christmas 2021. It made a hell lot more sense as to why Tomberly gained in so much traction, and it's because the thing that solidified Tommy and Kimberly as a couple is that they have seen others' best, worst, and ugliest sides.
Yeah.
Never did they flinch. Never for 1 millisecond, 1 nanosecond, 1 nano angstrom. Never did they flinch. Even when Tommy was losing his way, even
Looks
when
like Jordan left. Oh well.
even when Kimberly had her quirks, even when things were not going in their favor, they never lost faith in each other.
Yeah.
And you can argue that after the green candle, that should have been capitalized a lot more, way more. But the writers, I think by the time Tommy returned, took a bloody hint and capitalized it a little bit more. They took a bloody hit. And then, oh, by the way, have a good evening, Jordan. But yeah, the writers really took the hint
See you, Jordan.
and strengthened the bond, the romantic bond.
Yeah.
It is unfair that the Dear John letter came to be. Not just unfair, but entirely asinine, entirely inane, and entirely insulting.
Yeah. It is in the worst way.
3 bloody damn seasons of romantic development between Tommy and Kimberly, and this was nothing more than a damn cop-out. I think we could let in Nicholas. What'd you say,
Yeah,
guy?
Nicholas, why don't you come on in? I mean, we got room now. Ah, here he comes.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Yeah. Hey, Nicholas.
so that's
What's up,
what
Mo?
so that's what we were dealing with. You know, the absolute tomfoolery, the
Yeah.
absolute massacre, the absolute foolishness of the Dear John letter, because the writers, they didn't know what the hell they were gonna do with Tom Burley anymore. They didn't know.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yeah.
it was from that moment that everything about there's no business like snow business snowballed downhill. The damage was done, and then the damage got worse.
Way worse.
Yeah,
Mhm.
with the whole Heather incident. I feel so bad for Sarah Brown. I mean, if you guys know Sarah Brown, she was Caitlin from VR Troopers, and she had a guest appearance in that darn 3-parter. I feel so terrible for her because
Yeah.
she's essentially playing one of Tommy's rebound girls, even though Kat was essentially going to be a freaking rebound girl,
Yeah.
when she could have been hooking up with Billy, as in Heather hooking up with Billy. What the hell were the writers thinking? It's like, were they really trying to take a page off of Dawson's Creek or some teen melodrama to make this
Yeah.
hodgepodge shit,
I swear.
absolute shit come to life?
Yeah. Seems that way,
Come
doesn't
to
it?
think of it.
It was a shitstorm.
Yeah.
A shit snowstorm in this
Yep.
case.
Yeah.
Like it's
Unbelievable.
pretty
Snowstorm of bad decisions, bad timing, but more than anything, bad decisions. From the
Yeah.
Rangers' parts to Billy's part to even the villains as well. I mean, overkill much.
Yeah.
Like you could have had that one monster that was hypnotizing everybody to fall in love with objects in another episode, and you could have had just that one damn exfoliator monster in the same damn episode, or the same damn
could have done it.
Ain't that the truth?
Mm.
So much.
And
Yeah.
if I had it my way, Heather should have stayed as an ally. She really should have just stayed as an ally. She could have been a valuable asset to the team. But what did the freaking Rangers do? They tried to keep it all hush hush for her. And then she's left in the dark. Stupid. Totally.
Really much.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. With that
talking
said,
about the Christmas specials, I also heard that you guys are talking about the Christmas specials, which, to be honest, I'd rather go with the Christmas special from Dino Charge,
Fair enough.
possibly Megaforce, which Robo Knight was there cooking up the soup for the African kids, and possibly Samurai, I believe, and not
Right.
to mention with Super Ninja Steel, the one with the Coda and Preston stopping Sludge and then which that was actually
the
really cool.
Christmas episodes and the Neo Saban seasons were definitely more off the chart.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
But
Trash.
I haven't seen the Christmas specials for
Yeah, I agree.
Beast Morphers, but I did see for Dino Theory. That was once, and that's just about it. Which, out of all the Christmas specials I've seen for Power Rangers, Neo Saban, Dino Charge, and Megaforce, and possibly Super Ninja Steel. Despite me not being a biggest fan of Super Ninja Steel, I mean, the ending of the Christmas one was actually really cool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Nicholas, it's a bad ending.
Yes, please, Nicholas. I think you wanted to say something.
Right, Nicholas,
yes, it was about it had something to do with what you said about, not only the relationships with other Rangers,
not going anywhere, of course, but it also has something to do with, side characters who are not really fleshed out, who don't get used to their maximum potential, like you mentioned. Like
Yep.
for example, if Angela knew Zach was the Black Ranger, she would keep that to herself, and she would probably say, I mean, I'm not saying that would have happened, but if the writers would use, side characters to their potential, that's what I meant.
That's true. I think the writers got the hit after Power Rangers Turbo, because that was when the likes of In Space, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force, and even Wild Force, and many other subsequent Disney era seasons used the side characters to their advantage.
Yep.
I think
Yeah,
especially
well,
I think the first great instance was In Space.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was about to say, minus, I don't think I think the exception of Lightspeed Rescue is the Trakina's Revenge team up between Lightspeed Rescue and the Galaxy Rangers. I mean, that little girl, I mean, we basically only see her once, and after she's never seen again, why give her all that spotlight in the first place if she's not going to be utilized in the future? What's the point?
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, I'm not sure if any of you have seen Trakina's Revenge.
Yeah, I did. I see that.
It's been a while, but yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
another thing, but there was one side character that I think we forgot during the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers days, especially from season 2. Shauna, from that episode where Shauna used to be pretty jealous of Kimberly because of her friendship with Aisha, but then after she got kidnapped, she warmed up to her.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah, that's right. Forgot about her.
Yeah.
Here's something to think about, guys. For Zio, here's one to think about. When of course when Jason came back, he never talked about the peace conference. What happened during that whole time? And then of course, what
I
about?
think they talked a little bit of it after the fight.
He did?
I'm not sure if I remember, but I think if him and Tommy were in the juice bar, punching on the punching bag, I think he said something about the peace conference or whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey guys,
I think I'm not sure, but it just dawned on me.
The most I remember him saying is it's good to be back. But it's been a while since I've seen it, so maybe I missed something. But he never really went into any serious, in-depth conversation about what happened during that time. And of course, what happened to Trini and Zach during that time?
Exactly.
I mean, we got a pretty good idea in Once and Always. We got a pretty good idea with Zach.
Yeah.
But, that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally,
at least Zach and Billy meeting up with Rocky and Kat and this Yellow Ranger. The fact that the OG Rangers and the others meeting with each other for this 30th anniversary reunion, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wish there was a Green Ranger that would follow in Tommy's footsteps, because remember in Super Ninja Steel Dimension Danger where Tommy had a kid named JJ, which I've seen him in the Green Ranger field, but the outfit is most likely the SPD Green Ranger, but with the overshield over and top of it, which I've seen that in the artwork. And I mean, what if they bring JJ as an adult or like an adolescent, just like with Ming as the Yellow Ranger? Since you got the Yellow Ranger, why not do that? Why not do that with the Green Ranger and put him in Tommy's footsteps?
Speaking of which, I think I've started to redo my dream next gen Power Rangers team up. So because based on the couples that I ship. So you got David Trueheart and Emily, the biker chick, having a son who will be the new White Ranger. Tommy and Kimberly having a son, JJ in this case, be the Green Ranger. Jason and Catherine having a son who will be the new Red Ranger. Who was that? Rocky and Tanya having a son who will be the new Black Ranger. Adam and Aisha having a son who will be the new Blue Ranger. Zach and Trini having Min be the new Yellow Ranger. And Billy and Heather having a daughter who will be the new Pink Ranger. I think an ideal name I would have for David's and Emily's son would be Kenneth. And then Tommy and Kimberly, yeah, he's also going to be named JJ in this headcanon. Jason and Catherine, the new Red Ranger would be named Raymond, or not really Raymond. I would probably give him Hector. I think that would be reasonable. The new Red Ranger would be named Hector. And then new Black Ranger, the son of Rocky and Tanya, would be named Cesar. Then the son of Adam and Aisha would be named Alfred or Alfie. Of course, Min, in this AU headcanon, being the daughter of Zach and Trini, and the daughter of Billy and Heather. I would give her the name Rachel, the new Pink Ranger.
That's a nice name.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And about that, I always thought that Adam, you're talking about Adam from Mighty Morphin Black, and then Zeo Green, and then Turbo, and then the Green Turbo Ranger, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I was thinking when you said those pairs, Antonio, I was thinking that I always thought that Adam always had more chemistry with Tanya than Aisha, because if you watch the Turbo movie again, you'll notice that Tanya and Adam spent a lot more time together at least in the Turbo movie, as far as I know. They had a much closer bond than with Aisha. I mean, but to me personally, I've noticed that Adam has a much greater bond with Tanya than Aisha, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion and what I've noticed.
Fair enough.
You're not the only one, because I remember reading on one of those Wikipedias or Morphin Wikipedias. It sounded like they were trying to make them a potential couple, but they didn't really follow through on it.
Who, Adam and Tanya?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, I'm not really a fan of Ranger couples in the media. But that's just me, though. I mean, it's great seeing Power Rangers fighting alongside each other with male and female, but this Ranger romance stuff, I'm not the biggest fan. Which
not everything has to be that. That's for sure.
From Beast Morphers, by saying that Rangers can't date other Rangers. Which, to be honest, I'm with Robbie's side. Heck, that's like taking Robin and Starfire from Teen Titans as a couple. Like what's gonna happen if they have kids of their own? Or Nightwing and Batgirl and all that stuff. You see where I'm going with all this?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Because in the main continuity, I think DCAU, Dick Grayson was in a relationship with Barbara Gordon, and when it comes to Bruce and Barbara, that's just no. They have like a father, teacher, student, father, adopted daughter sort of thing, or
Yeah.
rather, like a godparent with, or rather, like a godfather, godson, goddaughter relationship. Since Barbara Gordon is, of course, Commissioner Gordon's daughter, of course.
Yeah. Here's a.
I'm with Nicholas on that one. But to
Yeah.
be fair, there are some Ranger couples that I liked in some seasons, like Jaden and Mia from Samurai, and not to mention Liambo and Udana from Mystic Force. Not to
Limbo and
mention
Udana. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Doggy Kruger
Father and
and
mother.
Isenia from SPD.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also
Actually-
with what?
Oh, speaking of SPD, speaking of Power Rangers SPD, I've always been partial to Jack and Sid as a couple. I've always been partial to them as a couple.
I
And
wouldn't go that far. Because if
and
we're
Yeah.
Sky and Z as a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I don't know.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. For some
How
reason, I
about,
think it would be more like Sky and Zid. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
exactly what I was about to say.
Because
Because
Sid seems to kind of care about Sky not showing much emotion and all that. So
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
kind of
We're
figured they might.
I was going to
Yeah.
say that, but
But
good.
maybe
good
I'm
point
wrong,
on
I don't
that.
know.
I
I'm
think the
moving
reason
on.
why I thought about Sky and Z as a couple was because they would have served as an SPD parallel to
Mhm.
Captain Shang and Mulan,
Yeah.
with Sky being the Captain Shang, Li Shang, to Z's Fa Mulan from the Disney
Yeah.
movie. You know what
Well,
I mean?
it's a safe bet that Z and Bridge would not make for a good couple. He annoys
Bridge
her
might
too
as well
much.
be the
That.
minister.
Yeah,
Bridge might
Unless,
as
of
well be
course,
the minister to unite the couples.
absolutely.
Heck, in Power Rangers
Absolutely.
SPD, at
Unless
the
she
ending,
wants to
Jack
like her
ends
toast
up with-
extra buttery.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
We're
At the ending of Power
I
Rangers
could
SPD,
see it now. I
weren't
could see it
Jack
now.
and Z
Bridge,
criminals
Bridge is the
originally?
minister. Bridge in like minister's clothing, and then he's hosting the double wedding of Jack and Sid and
Mhm.
Sky and Z. I could see it now.
oh,
Yeah.
not,
Mm,
oh,
yeah.
like I said in Power Rangers SPD,
Sorry.
as I was saying, in one of the episodes of Power Rangers SPD, Resurrection, as well as endings, you see Jack hanging around with this blonde girl and named Allie, which I'm not sure if it's Allie, which both Allie and Jack, they're kind of cool with each other. So I would go with Sid and the Sky and
Mhm.
Bridge and Z and Jack and this girl named Allie. I'm not
Right.
sure if it's Allie, which I might revisit that episode because I
Yeah,
can't
you need
forget
to
what it
visit it.
is. But I do
Yeah.
recognize
Yeah.
the Rangers' names. But the other characters, but I do remember Krista from Dino Thunder, that's for sure,
Hmm.
which is the same actress who played Claire from Mystic Force,
Right.
which
Right.
is kind
Absolutely.
of cool.
Nova.
And not to mention this the actor who played Tyzon from Operation Overdrive. He was in Dino Thunder and he was in SPD. So
Right.
So
right.
the guy's name.
a guy
Okay,
from
the actor's
Dino
name was
Thunder
Dwayne
all the way to
Cameron. Dwayne
Operation
Cameron.
Overdrive. That's kind of nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
back to the continuities, guys. I'm sorry to break this up. But yeah. Okay. This one will be the final one for Zio, and this one actually comes from Austin St. John himself. Yeah. I actually saw this on one of his Fandango or well, anyway, one of his
Anyway,
That's it. Yeah, thank you. He was talking about, when he got back into Zio, and he said, "What the heck was I doing in the desert in the first place?" So yeah, that's the big question. What was he doing in the desert in the first place?
Exactly. What on
Yeah.
earth is he doing there?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Was he like getting away from some desert robbers or something like that? Were they trying to make? I think they were trying to make his entrance sort of like Western spaghetti Western cool style.
Yeah, I guess
You
so.
know? But not with the cowboy and his horse, or the sheriff in his case, and the horse, mind you,
Well,
with a
this case, he was
motorbike.
and a trench coat and a dude rag. You know.
Yeah, that's pretty much modern day. That's pretty much
Yeah,
sheriff
I
of the
know.
90s, man.
I know. That's. I mean, that's basically like Bon Jovi's song "Wanted Dead or Alive." I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. Yep.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Still epic. But anyway, yeah. And here comes. Now we come to Turbo. There's a lot of continuity issues here.
Oh, dear.
A whole
Oh
lot.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Don't ever get me
here's one
started on
from
Turbo.
I actually
Oh.
have one from Turbo.
Okay. Why
Yep.
don't you start that? Okay, Nicholas.
Okay.
What you
What?
got?
Well, when it comes to Turbo, there are actually a couple things. Like for example, when Tommy, Kat, and Tanya and Adam were about to leave, Cassie originally, was against the idea of becoming a Power Ranger initially, and all of a sudden, then in Space comes, then she's totally on board with the whole thing. Her original plan was to go to Stone Canyon apparently, but she just stays in Angel Grove, I guess. She just because she was on that bus on her way somewhere else, and
Yeah,
I
Cassie
guess
wanted
her
to
dream job,
advance
she
her
sort of just
singing
abandoned
career.
it. And the second thing
Yeah.
with Turbo is Bulk and Skull when it comes to the new team, because they're acting as if TJ, Carlos, and Ashley and Cassie have been there the whole time, when it was actually Tommy, Adam, Tanya, and Kat, but they've
And
never met the
Justin,
second
let's
team.
not forget about
And
him.
and when fast forward to Countdown to Destruction, Bulk is surprised and he says, those are the
Yeah.
Power Rangers, really? I mean, you barely interacted with them during Turbo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, they
you're
barely
right.
interacted with the second team of Turbo, and I don't think they knew that the previous second Turbo team were the Space Rangers,
Yep.
because practically no one from In Space knows who Bulk and Skull are.
Yeah.
Not even
They
Andrew.
don't talk to him.
Yeah,
Barely. No.
definitely.
That's true.
Yeah,
Just imagine if back in NEPR.
Speaking of the Turbo
No, you go ahead.
Rangers, speaking of the
Oh.
Turbo Rangers, this is also something that's been bugging me from the switch from Zeo to Turbo, and this is something that should have been implemented in the Power Rangers Turbo movie, or Turbo Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
There could have been the final outing of the Zeo Rangers, i.e. Tommy, Rocky, Adam, Tanya, and Kat, with Jason returning as the Gold Ranger, and then making way as the new Turbo Rangers, TJ, Carlos, Justin, Ashley, Cassie, and get this,
definitely.
Kimberly, in her only time that she was gonna morph into the American version of the White Turbo Ranger, or the White Racer. Because if you watch Karenja, if you know Karenja, there was this young lady whose name is
Yeah.
Radiata,
I saw that.
and she was like a total fan of the Car Rangers, so she wanted to be like a sort of Sixth Ranger herself. So she turned into like this Sailor Senshi like fighter girl called White Racer. So that should have also been Kimberly's only outing. What a waste
Here's
of
the
an
thing.
opportunity.
Now, here's the thing for me. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I did a video on whether Boom Studios actually recreated the Power Rangers Turbo instead of having the Zero Rangers get the Turbo powers, because the Zero powers were never destroyed. They were only growing stronger each time when they fight and morph. But with
Yeah.
Turbo, I felt like what Boom Studios can really do is create new characters like TJ in them, and maybe have someone become the White Turbo Ranger.
Right.
Like, think about that. Boom Studios is notorious for being original instead of following the continuity of using Sentai Rangers, and they could just create their own original team, like the Omega
Yeah.
Rangers, for example, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't count the Blue Saturnian as a ranger. He's just a police officer or a security guard ranger at that. But
Yeah.
to me, having a white Turbo Ranger and Power Ranger Turbo by Boom Studios would have made the best choice. I mean, if I
Fair
was working
enough.
for Boom Studios, I would have definitely made it happen. I've
Yes.
done tons of videos on what if Megaforce, Samurai, Turbo had a reboot in the comics and give them a better character arc and a storyline than how they were written in the TV show.
Exactly.
It would be a
Absolutely.
step up.
And
Go ahead,
going back to what you said, R Fighter Studios. Another thing to add on is flesh out the relationship between the new Rangers. I'm talking about again. I'm talking about the second Turbo team in
Yeah.
conjunction with the first wave of Rangers from Turbo, that being Tommy, Adam, Tanya, and Kat. And Justin doesn't count because he's been at Turbo the entire time. But
Yeah.
because the least and I know Linkara did a video about this years ago, but they hardly touch upon the relationship between the new Rangers and the old cast between I'm sorry, the first team of Turbo Rangers versus the second iteration or generation of Turbo Rangers, because they hardly interact. I mean, Tanya never spoke to Ashley, I believe. They never spoke to each other, but yet Tanya chooses this random girl who happens to be a cheerleader to be the
Right.
new Turbo the new Turbo Yellow Ranger, and they've never said a word to each other before a day in the life. And I guess the same thing could be said for Cassie and Kat. And TJ and Tommy did meet briefly when Cassie and TJ saved him from being swallowed up
Yeah.
in that vortex, I believe. And and people do wonder what would have happened if the original Ranger stayed. And I think I saw a comment years ago that Tommy would be the blue Space Ranger, and everyone else would keep their original colors. But but then again, Tommy and Andros would meet years later in Wild Force doing Forever Red. But I mean, Turbo has a lot of issues, and especially when it comes to character interaction, I think that's my biggest complaint of Turbo is that there's rush. I mean, it feels rather rushed. There's no buildup. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Guys?
Mm.
that's true.
Oh, and speaking of Tanya and Aisha, oh my goodness, I cannot believe we totally forgot about that. How on earth did Tanya and Aisha know each other?
That's weird.
Yeah, the whole Tanya and Aisha brouhaha that came during.
I'm sorry, but that's really weird.
Yeah, season
I get
3.
that Karen Ashley had something up and probably wanted to do other things, and then
Saban just wrote her out, literally.
yeah, definitely. It was just pretty damn silly because, I mean, Tanya, in my opinion, she was pretty much the honorary third Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, Yellow.
Well,
Before she became a full-fledged Yellow Ranger in Zeo,
Yeah.
which to me was just pretty damn nuts.
Bad writing once again.
Yeah,
Mm,
totally.
Absolutely. And the only instance of Tanya being Mighty Morphin Yellow is when the command center blows up, and you can see Tanya's aura be yellow when they're teleporting out. I think that's the only instance that Tanya is the yellow Mighty Morphin Ranger.
Yeah, or more
Yeah.
appropriately, the honorary Yellow Mighty Morphin
That would be
Power
more
Ranger.
accurate, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, here's what I would have
In terms of
done.
Power Rangers Turbo, I say either that Divatox be like the Japanese counterpart or not exist at all, while letting Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed as be the main villains of the series. Which I have to agree with that. Just watch there. Which
Yeah.
Divatox. Oh,
She was irritating.
brother.
I
Like,
hate her. The only thing she got going for her was her titties, and that's it.
That's all
Yeah,
she had going
that's
for her in
Well,
the
I mean,
movie.
she got
That's for
cake, though.
sure.
I
yeah,
fucking hate
when
Diva
Hilary
Talks.
Shepard Turner was still in the role, and then I think it was Carol Hoyt, Carol Hort.
Yeah,
It was, yeah.
Carol Hoyt.
Yeah, it was.
Diva
She
Talks.
she
Diva
took over
Talks, Diva
temporarily
Talks.
because Hilary Shepard Turner fell pregnant after. I think it was after Turbo Power Rangers movie that Hilary Turner Shepard ended up pregnant.
Didn't she?
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing
I
that.
freaking hate Diva
You mean?
Talks. I mean, I freaking hate Diva Talks. She's just as bland as Vipra from Lightspeed Rescue. Like, which Power Ranger villain is more worse? Diva Talks or Vipra? Either way.
Viper. Matter of fact,
I would say
Viper,
because
but
at
I would
least
say
Diva
Oh
both.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say.
I felt kind of
agree with
bad
you
for
there,
Vipra though. I think I felt kind of bad for her actress Jennifer Yen because I think what the showrunners were trying to make her go is we're pretty much confused what to do with Vipra. Were they trying to make her calculating or were they trying to make her menacing?
She can't act with one thing.
Oh yeah.
But you're right. I do feel bad for the actress though. Like she ain't had to go through like with the directors to try to make them to be like telling them how to act or whatever, knowing that like you know how you are hired for a TV show, right? And you know you're a talented actress and you know you have the best acting chops in the industry. And if they have you acting terrible with these corny dialogues, I don't think you want to work in show business again after that. Like I hate when people do that in the industry.
Yeah.
And
we see it all the time too.
now going back to season 3 for a minute, when y'all was talking about Tanya being the third honorary Yellow Ranger. What if Goldar and Rito never placed the bomb at the command center? And here's the thing: once the Rangers turn back to normal, then Monster Val, Rito, and this brand new monster, almost two monsters, came and was just attacking Angel Grove, and Zonar gives Tanya the speech about how this and that. Then she becomes the new Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger. And then they went out and fought the monsters, the Tango Warriors, and whatever. Then you could throw in the putties after that, mix them up with putties and the Tango Warriors to give the Rangers a bit of a challenge. And so Cyan would have came up with an idea to give them more power because the Zeo crystals are powerful. So once Alpha creates the Zeo crystals, basically upgrade them, and it can have the Rangers become more powerful while being in the MEPR suits. Then they defeat the monsters for the next 3 episodes, and then they can pretty much end season 3 on that. Then you could make a Zeo movie based on the last episode when Rito and Goldar placed a bomb at the command center, and the Zeo movie can start off with the command center exploding. Think about that, right? And
did that happen in Zeo?
no, that's my theories of what I think would have happened, of how I would have fixed season 3.
Yeah,
exactly.
And
I think that would have made a little bit of sense if Tanya had been the third Yellow Ranger because how Karen Ashley's send off was by the time she got replaced is just a bit very rushed.
Ridiculous. And speaking of Aisha, she actually gets a lot of criticism for just leaving the team abruptly, and she puts Tanya in this, in this continuous war of battling evil and trying to save the world. And people call Aisha selfish for that.
Well, it does give that image, I'm afraid. But the writers are to blame for this. So.
Oh, pretty much.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, writers aside, people think like in universe, Aisha's decision was kind of selfish, and Aisha does receive a lot of criticism in character for that. You know, for that decision to leave the team abruptly to care for some animals in a different continuity in Africa, if you will. So, and instead of just returning to the team, I mean, Rangers can leave the line of duty whenever they want to or when they feel they can't anymore. But at the same time, I just don't think it's good to abandon your post like that and put someone else who's never been in that situation.
Yeah.
Who's never been in that situation. You guys agree with me?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm with you on that, Nicholas.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my part of Turbo. Here's the big question that I know everyone is asked like crazy. Where in the hell did the turbo powers come from?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that the Zeo powers were unceremoniously discarded in favor of the turbo powers was just stupid. And
Yeah,
so
I think I heard somewhere that
people theorized people have
turbo powers
that
given to the
that
new
the
breed of
Zeo
Rangers.
powers came from well actually I'm sorry, not the Zeo powers, I'm sorry. People theorized that the turbo powers were used from a basis from the Zeo powers. At least that's what I've heard.
I remember one theory was that Billy created them, but that's just one guy's theory. So
exactly that, and I think that was originally going to happen if David Yost didn't leave. Apparently,
maybe I don't know, but
I heard so many stories about Billy creating the turbo powers. Every video that I watch on YouTube is the same thing.
Yeah.
People say that Billy is the new Phantom Ranger, which I highly doubt that he was. Even though he stayed in the command center most of the time during the Gold Ranger arc, and everybody is assuming since he leaves all the time that they assume that he created the turbo powers during Zeo, which I don't believe that was the case.
Yeah.
The turbo powers didn't really make any sense whatsoever.
Nope.
And not only that, I heard someone say that the reason why the Zeo powers got replaced was due to water.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
So I don't believe that was big either.
And what about the whole thing with Trey of Triforia? I still felt kind of bad that Brad Hawkins did not end up playing him solo, but instead the triplets. I have nothing against the DiFilippo triplets whatsoever, but wouldn't it have been more satisfying if Brad Hawkins himself played Trey of Triforia as just one damn entity?
Maybe.
Rather than just voice him for all the triplets.
Yeah.
Triplets?
I think he did. I think he did most of it in Zeo, but the only time that I do see him voice is the Gold Ranger in costume, but not the triplets. Because that would be strange if he did that. We couldn't allow the triplets actors to just talk regularly.
Yeah.
Maybe they did. I don't know. But then I remember one of the triplets. Triplets said that years ago that they claimed that they're the OGs. Like, bro, you ain't done nothing with the Zeo Rangers as far as like martial arts training or whatever. Like, how are you the OGs and you just there?
Exactly.
Seriously,
Brad Hawkins had more of the physical stunt work, and then he didn't end up getting his own physical role there, and just ended up being nothing more than a voiceover or a voice dubber. Give me a break.
Yeah, that's just pointless right now. Like, he could have had a role, but at the same time, the writing, the cast orders, man, they should have even given him that role. That's
kind of awkward.
Yeah.
And speaking of the turbo powers, going back to what you were saying, movie fan, about the $1 million question about where in the world did the turbo powers come from. I know in Chase into Space, the Turbo finale, the 2-part Turbo finale going into Power Rangers in space, that I know that the Rangers say that Eltar is the source of their powers, and people do say that the Rangers' powers actually didn't get destroyed when the command center blew up because they were still morphed, although their suits were damaged and they were helmetless. But what happened, I think, is that when Eltar got captured and they went to space to go hunt down Divatox, what happened is that I think that the turbo powers were sort of disrupted because of Eltar's capture, and once after counter destruction, theoretically, the turbo powers could have been possibly restored, but I know in TJ's case and Justin's case they have backups via Lightning Cruiser and Storm Blaster, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't think that the green, pink, and yellow powers from Turbo have that same source. It's just for red and blue, apparently.
Right. Yeah, that's true, and it could be. And here's one issue that's always bugged me. In fact, this is almost as insulting as the Dear John letter to me. I'm not kidding. This comes right up there, and I can't believe no one's ever talked about this before.
Right.
Once again, I'm repeating myself on that line, but anyway, in Turbo, there was one scene where one of Divatox's minions, I forget his name, but he was a diver suit kind of guy, wore a big, diver suit. He went AWOL, as he put it, and he grew, and he made himself grow. And what do the Rangers do? Do they call their Zords to destroy him? No. Instead, they waste time trying to use their weapons and their Mega Blaster to destroy him. Yes, this actually happened. And it did no good. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is wrong with you guys? And we're talking the original, and we're talking Tommy and all them here. This was before and seriously, what the hell? Tommy, Dad, Adam, you guys have fought monsters for a long time. Tommy, you fought them for 5 years now. You know better than this. You know to do that. You know to call the Zords. Why the hell are you using the Mega Blaster? Which all it did was make him scratch an itch on his butt.
Apparently, you could blame it on the writers. They're already all burnt out. Not just that, the writers were also burnt out as Jason David Frank, Johnny Young.
Wait a minute.
Nakia Burrell.
Wait a minute. I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know which villain you're talking about. Porto, right?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, Porto. He just disappeared after the premiere of In Space.
Yeah, he did too. Elgar kind of took over by comparison.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, and that still gets me because you're probably right about that, Antoni. But the fact is, Tommy, he fought monsters for 5 years. He knew better than this, and instead he's telling him, "Okay, assemble the Mega Blaster. That'll get him."
Oh man,
bad writing. Blame Saban.
It's the writing, man. That's the problem, man.
Totally. And you know what? Speaking of bad writing, this technically is not a continuity issue because technically this did not follow through, but I feel I got to bring it up anyway. For the Turbo movie, it's been said that, Nicholas is back. Hang on a second. It's been said that the infamous awkward hugging scene between Jason, Kimberly, and of course Tommy was there looking like, what the hell?
Yo, what the? This is bullshit.
Yeah, if I was Tommy, I would have started accusing them of getting on while he was
because honestly,
doing XYZ.
I never felt them as a couple.
Right?
Yeah, guys, I totally agree with Ollie on this. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. I don't see them as a couple. And that brings to mind why that was probably, except for that awkward hug that we get in the end credits, why that whole idea was pulled. because it doesn't make sense. Because
Oh,
during
Never does.
Mighty Morphin,
I
they do not act like a couple. They just act like good
They never did.
friends.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I think
They were
it's
just good
I
friends.
think
That's
it's
all.
because of
And
the
listen, if I were
relationship
to
between
keep
Jason
the
and Kimberly.
coupling of
I
Tom
think it's
Burley,
fan service.
oh yeah, definitely. That's damn fan service. And I get it. I get it. Jason and Kimberly do look nice together, but it's so superficial. It is so
Yeah.
painfully superficial.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing other than they just look
Nope.
nice together.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
with Tom
Yeah, I
Burley,
agree.
there's depth, there's dimension, there's interest. Now, if I want to have Kat be in a romantic relationship with somebody, she ought to tap Jason's behind. She ought to tap his behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not to mention during the infamous Dear John letter, she never said about who this guy might have been. And I'm sorry, and don't forget, Jason came back a short time later, and he never mentioned anything about Kimberly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't add up.
What?
That's why they
You know
obviously
what would've-
said, no, we're not going to go through with this. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Too many
you guys
complications.
know what would have made this a whole lot better if Jason Lee Scott and Catherine Hillard also locked lips.
Sure.
Yeah,
Weird.
if Tommy and Kimberly could do that, then why not Jason Lee Scott and Catherine Hillard?
Yeah.
I get it. But then I'm sure you guys would say, but wait, didn't Jason have Emily? Emily was nice and all, but I think Emily could do better with David. She
Who
might
is
as well
this Emily that you're talking about?
David.
From Zio. We're talking about Emily from Zio.
Oh, yeah. She was
Oh.
like a later addition, kind of a side character, really.
Wow.
Yeah, she was a
Yeah.
former biker girl, and then she got reformed, and then
Yeah.
she became Jason's girlfriend. But honestly, I just felt like Emily could do a lot better with David Trueheart, Tommy's long lost older brother. You know, when the episode "Brother, Can You Spare Me an Arrowhead?" Yeah,
I get where people are coming from with that, but Turbo.
I mean, yeah.
I already stick with its Japanese.
yeah. Then
counterpart.
again,
The
then
Super
again,
Sentai
to your
counterpart
point,
of Turbo.
I mean,
What was that Sentai again with the Turbo?
Karenja.
Anthony?
A Power
Ranger.
Power
Ranger.
Ranger. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and honestly, I like that show more than Turbo, especially the first half.
yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
here's
then
another
again,
thing.
RTM
Here's another
Yeah.
thing.
Sentai
Yeah.
There was also
Or
a
the
team up
Turbo.
team up special between
yeah,
Orenja and
yeah. To your
Karenja.
point,
There was a team up
I
episode
mean,
between Orenja and Karenja. So why the hell didn't it happen for the Zeo Rangers and the Turbo Rangers? And if I had it, I always insisted this. If I had it my way, TJ should have been the Turbo Ranger from the very bloody beginning.
Sorry.
The Red Turbo Ranger leader from the very beginning.
Yeah.
that's the only way you can make sense of a Zeo Turbo team up, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, and speaking of which, Kat didn't even know who Jason was until Jason became the Gold Ranger. So
Yeah.
I mean, Kat. I mean,
True.
and I think in the Dear John letter, Tanya asked, what else did Kimberly say? But again, I mean, Tanya
Tanya
didn't
never
even
knew
know who Kimberly was until that whole with Jason
that
and
was
Kimberly
the
getting brainwashed. They never even met. I mean, Tanya didn't even know who Kimberly was until they met during the Turbo movie.
Yep.
I'm
That's
with
true.
Nicholas on this one. I'm with Nicholas on that.
Yeah,
I get
because
that
some of the
people are coming from
Rangers.
with Jason and Kimberly, but in my style, it would be Jason and Kimberly and Tommy Oliver with Kat because even in my live streams I did with Power Rangers, I even asked myself, which girl is Tommy Oliver dating, Kimberly or Kat? Because it's kind of complicated.
For me, I would understand with Kimberly because basically we had a connection between Tommy and Kimberly a lot more than Kat.
Yeah. Okay. Here's two more for Turbo here. One, why the heck is Demetra in the tube? Is every Eltarian in the time warp or something? And yet she can come out of the tube, unlike Zordon.
Yeah,
Makes
definitely.
no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I think it's just because they try to make her more ethereal than Zordon with just this big head.
She's a trash mentor.
She was useless.
Yeah.
Yes. Always asking questions instead of just helping the Rangers and stuff. Zordon never did any of that.
And she left him high and dry too.
Yeah.
Zordon
let's also bring up Wait and See, because this was also an episode that should have been a lot more seriously handled, but it turned into a mess. Remember that episode Wait and See with Catherine? Honestly, I still feel bad for even seeing Tommy, Adam, Tanya, and Kat on Turbo. Not to mention Rocky's send off from Turbo was just absolute shit.
That was bad.
Not to mention that
could have given Rocky a much fairer send off for doing one thing. Have him be part of the damn Zeo team up. Like I said, this would alleviate all the shit going on. Honestly, that's why I know I hate sounding like a broken record, but a Zeo Turbo team up would have made Turbo Power Rangers movie better.
It would have.
Could have had TJ, Carlos, Justin, Ashley, and Cassie come over as the new Turbo Rangers, with Kimberly joining in for like one time as the white Turbo Ranger. And then you could have had Tommy, Rocky, Adam, Tanya, Kat, and Jason in his last tenure as the Black Gold Ranger. That would have made the movie a lot more cohesive, and that would have guaranteed a much fairer send-off to the Zeo Rangers, especially to Rocky, and have a much better start with the Turbo Rangers.
Yeah.
And that's just prime. Big time.
Especially especially with the whole nonsense that Linkara brought up about, remember what I said earlier about Bulk and Skull, treating the second team as if it was Tommy, Adam, Kat, and Tanya. Like I said earlier, they never met that second team of Turbo Rangers, and they never even interacted with them even as Space Rangers. So
not really.
And like
honestly, they should have Turbo Power Rangers movie should have taken notes from Gexo Sentai Karenja versus Orenja.
They could have.
Definitely.
That was the team up. That was the team up. That was a team up movie between Karenja and Orenja.
Now this brings us to the final question, and this is definitely one of the biggest ones for Turbo. Who was the Phantom Ranger? It's the big mystery that we never got an answer to. Although it's pretty awesome that was our creation, technically, and not Super Sentai.
Yeah.
Well, then again, the Phantom Ranger was inspired by VRV
like he's
Master
Zordon's
from
son
Karenja.
and things like that. Like there's a lot of theories going on that he's Zordon's son.
I remember that theory.
And also Billy is also out of the question too, because Billy left after Zeo. So so he couldn't be the Phantom Ranger because he was still on Alcatraz. So and I think I saw on a Wikipedia site or something on the internet that Countdown to Destruction was supposed to be 3 parts, and they were going to reveal who the Phantom Ranger was, but because of course Fox, they had to reduce it from 3 to 2. And I actually brought this up to Carla Perez when I saw her at Otakon last month. Not last month. Earlier this month. I'm sorry. I actually brought this up to Carla Perez when I met her for the second time about Countdown to Destruction and how originally things that were supposed to be revealed ended up getting scrapped, leaving even more, questions and answers. I mean, but then again, Countdown to Destruction was a really good finale, but it could have been a lot better.
Oh, sure. It always can be for anything. And, I remember somebody talked about this, brought it up, and they brought up that apparently they tried making a comic book to explain it, but all it did was raise more questions. So, in essence, it made it worse. So, that's kind of ironic because usually, from most of the time, whenever anyone tries to do a comic book on these things, usually they do a pretty good job of answering questions or coming up with cool ideas as to, like, well, the Omega Rangers, for instance, why that, for Jason, Trini, and Zach, but
yeah,
that was a
exactly.
cool idea, but for this one, it just didn't work. I don't know what went wrong here.
And to add on to what you just said, movie fan.
Yeah, sure.
I know this is Power Rangers, but it's just like Star Wars. You shouldn't have to read third-party material to get answers on something continuity-wise or something doesn't make sense.
No,
you shouldn't have. It's just like with Star Wars. Like where did Ahsoka Tano come from? Anakin never had a Padawan. What were Jango Fett's adventures before Attack of the Clones and things like that? You shouldn't have to play like a video game on your GameCube or something like that, or any other third-party material to understand the main, media of or continuity issues that arise. Third-party material just gets certain things wrong, and it's not consistent with what happens in the main, continuity, if you will. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Yep.
But my point was that you shouldn't have to interact with third-party material like reading a video game, movie, or comic to understand, to fill in, plot holes, if you will. That was my point, to add on to what you said.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, yeah,
And
I believe that.
Yeah, and speaking of which, Nicholas, you'll be happy to hear this question, and it comes from Forever Red, because with Space, it was a good one.
I love Forever Red.
That was a great
Me too.
one. But here's a
Going to
question.
Team Up special.
I remember
It is
doing
the
a
best.
review
It
on
really
Forever
is.
Red on my channel. Not to mention, Shamer and I did a podcast on that. Right,
Yeah, we
Shamer,
did.
because ever since Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is 30 years old, I've reviewed Forever Red from Wall Force, and me and Shamer did a podcast, and we both had fun with it, analyzing the story, analyzing the Rangers, and analyzing the fight sequence, and even with the suits and all that. Like, holy cow. That Forever Red is one of my favorite crossovers in Power Ranger history.
For
And
sure.
the fact that it came out in Wall Force, it totally blew my mind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I hate to break it, but so the Forever Red should have been what Super Megaforce should have been, especially with the so-called
Ooh.
legendary battle.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
I
yeah.
We start on that one.
I hear that.
Everyone is basically.
I would
Everybody
agree.
has basically talked that so-called 20th anniversary. Everyone has pretty much taken hits at that one for God knows how many long. And I agree. And I agree. It could have been a lot better, especially with how certain how they with the cameos. The only thing good about Legendary Battle, to be honest with you, is that it was good to see some of the actors again. That's great.
Exactly.
But
it was
but at the same time,
Yeah.
but at the same time, nobody. Nobody. There's no context. Not everybody would know who these characters are, especially if they were born after a certain time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
They
could have had a lot more development.
Similar version of
the very
with all the Red Sentai Rangers and all that.
Yep.
Speaking of
Here's
Forever
my take.
Red,
Here's my
I've
take.
heard that the Super Sentai did a similar version with Forever Red. but this time all the Red Sentai Rangers from 1975 all the way to the present day, I believe.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, the
I think
Super
that was from the
Sentai
Gawaja movie.
1976 until 2001 when it aired.
Yeah. Yeah. And anyway, guys, here's the question here's a little continuity issue for Forever Red. When Andros calls for Tommy, he calls Bulkus calls a little juice bar. And they go to Tommy and they're like, oh, let me tell sir, there's a phone call for you. Obviously, that was a build up for us, but at the same time, how did Bulkus Skull know about Tommy being a Power Ranger? Their reveal was they didn't reveal. He didn't reveal. So when did that happen?
Yeah,
I
maybe
think Bulk and Skull have been stuck there with Tommy since Mighty Morphin ever happened. Ever since Mighty Tommy has been there in Angel Grove High School.
Exactly.
Bulk
Yeah,
and Skull
exactly.
there,
I absolutely agree with you because Bulk and Skull only know. I mean, Bulk and Skull only know the Mighty Morphin group, and they've been trying to figure out who the Rangers were for like 3 seasons, I believe, of Mighty Morphin. And when they finally reveal who they are, it's different people, and you know.
So how did
and you know, it just doesn't make sense.
No.
Yeah, I think Andros gave them a bit of a mouthful of the OG Power Rangers. I think it was Andros who gave them a mouthful of the OG Power Rangers, i.e. Tommy, and probably made them swear to not tell anybody else.
Yeah,
like
I think
kept under oath.
That could be. Yeah, that could be. Okay.
So I think Andros was the one. I think Andros was that one Red Ranger who really gave a word for both Bulk and Skull about Tommy.
Yeah.
I think he was the one who gave them a word about them. And I think Tommy had also been in contact with Andros after what happened after his first retirement from being the first Red Turbo Ranger. Where I heard about it. With Tommy and TJ, then TJ relaying this to Andros. So there's a connection right there.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact. Did you know that there was some contention going on between Christopher Kamen Lee and Jason David Frank?
No.
Well, back during Forever Red, or I think back during the Mighty, back during Power Rangers in the 90s, and Christopher Kamen Lee, I think he made a Q&A video, like who was that one Power Ranger actor that he didn't get along with back then. He said, oh, it was Jason David Frank that he didn't get along with back then, because I think he also had some jabs against him. Like he also kind of made a little bit of fun of him too, like how Jason David Frank was this fighter who got himself into a lot of matches, tournaments, and blah blah blah, and had tattoos,
yada yada yada,
like behind the scenes of Forever Red. And then came Christopher Kamen Lee's issues with JDF. Like JDF would usually take certain props from after the shoots. So that was the first contention that happened between JDF and Christopher Kamen Lee. And then after JDF passed away, Christopher Kamen Lee also had his own tribute that back then they didn't get along, but JDF messaged him via emails that, let's bury the hatchet, which they did.
Well, that was good that they did that.
Yeah, and he did the same thing with ASJ as well. If I remember correctly. And JDF squashed the beef a long time ago as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
but I think nowadays fans just want to bring up and start drama, claiming that ASJ and JDF did blah blah blah. Like, I'm getting tired of talking about it.
Yeah, it's really starting to piss us off a lot, and they need some, man.
Yeah, those people need to let it go because this is
Yeah.
ridiculous. And besides, I'm going to say it again anyway. Jason did say a lot of terrible things about Austin, but Austin has never said anything bad about Jason. He really hasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe they.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Is it like
Yeah, we
Jason
wasn't here.
David Frank and Austin St. John?
Yeah, you wasn't here for that one other day.
So is
Yeah.
it like Austin St. John and Jason David Frank you're talking about, movie fan?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and
It's-
there
it's
was
just true.
also the initial contention that after Austin St. John left, JDF also had some initial contention with Steve Cardenas.
Hmm.
Well, it wasn't. I don't think it was that bad, but I remember the video from Fabio, aka Italian Stallion 51, that he used to upload before JDF's passing about why he was not a fan of Jason David Frank, and he said that Steve Cardenas, when he first came on the show and replaced Austin St. John as the Red Ranger, Jason David Frank used to have issues with Steve Cardenas going out to party and drinking and smoking pot and courting the ladies, as it were. So he was known for being a part. So Steve Cardenas, when he first came onto the Power Rangers franchise, he was quite known for being the party dude, which kind of went against JDF trying to grow as a martial artist or a martial arts superstar.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even know all of that until you said something, though. But
It's news to me too.
yeah,
I believe it though. Well, anyway, let's see. The next one comes from Power Rangers Dino Thunder, and this is one that some people have actually. It's more like a big question rather than a continuity issue. But I think they're what the heck. And you might remember that when Tommy was stuck in his Black Ranger mode for a little bit, Kira noticed a few photographs on his desk. Mostly, there was the photograph of the original Power Rangers, in their costumes without their helmets. And, she says, nice hair, just making fun of that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a lot of people are asking, where did he get that picture from in the first place? Besides the fact that it was obviously one of the promo pics from back in the 90s. But also, where did the picture of the White Stranger come from?
Yeah.
That's one of the big ones,
Yeah, this is crazy.
I didn't see that.
I didn't even see it.
It's there, seriously.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
I actually brought that up in a short video once. Seriously.
I remember seeing that in Power Rangers Dino Thunder, and they were like the original cast, I wonder if it's like a behind the scenes or happened in the show. I'm talking about the photos in the 90s.
I know
the outfits without any helmets,
Well,
it feels
I recognize
like something
the
that came from the
picture.
behind the scenes or something like that.
Well, the picture. Sorry about that. Well, the picture from from the original show, that was a promo picture. I remember that one pretty well. So, and obviously they just used it just because, but for nostalgia reasons and all that. But it's just one of those ones you would find it like maybe the Fox Kids Club magazines, that sort of thing. But as for the White Stranger picture, that's the big question. So yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I need to watch that episode of Mighty Morphin of how Tommy became the White Ranger and Jason, Trini, and Zach remain as Power Rangers long before Rocky, Aisha, and Adam came along.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's see. Here's one from the special Once a Ranger.
Trash.
I know. But I gotta ask this. I know, but this question needs to be asked. How could Thrax exist? Zed and Rita were turned good beforehand.
That's what I'm trying. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Exactly. Like, where did Thrax come from?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have just been his own character, not be like the bastard son of Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa.
Yeah.
I actually like Thrax. But the thing is that he's just there just for disabling the powers of the Ranger team from Operation Overdrive. Like literally.
I kind of enjoy Thrax's presence, but as the bastard son of Rita and Lord Zed and Rita makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
And I also heard in the episode of Once and Always where the Sentinel Knight imprison Thrax and then send him far away into space where Thrax was never present. And the fact that Thrax broke out of that prison cell, he was free just so he could team up with the villains from Operation Overdrive to have the Corona Aurora and all the jewels and stopping the Rangers and all that random stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he could have easily came here and helped the Ranger for a few more episodes, but it didn't.
Oh, and not to mention, in the second part of Once a Ranger, the Sentinel Knight came along, killed Thrax, and Thrax is gone for good. Literally.
Yeah.
After how much he defeated the Overdrive team. Luckily, the Overdrive team came along and got payback on Thrax. Yeah. For the Ranger team from Operation Overdrive, it's payback. Yeah. And I actually like that line by saying, "But how? I took your powers away." That's what you thought. But once a Ranger, always a Ranger.
Just like that was the absolute best. But I also asked that I will give that credit though. At least they got Adam Park to return. Oh, and speaking of Adam Park,
Adam was the best part of Once a Ranger.
I also think that Adam Park could have been the 7th Space Ranger, i.e. the Emerald Ranger, to be like a counterpart to Zane's Silver Ranger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And speaking of which, here's a continuity issue I'm sure everyone knows about, but I'm gonna mention it anyways. One continuity issue from Lightspeed Rescue, specifically again from Trakeena's Revenge, is that how did the Yellow Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue, Kelsey, how did she know who Leo was, the Red Galaxy Ranger? That I know Linkara brought that up a few times in his videos, and that's a good question because Lost Galaxy, they have been in the cosmos, outer space for a year now, and they've been on Maya's home planet Marinoid after Lost Galaxy's finale, and they haven't been to Earth since. So how the hell does Kelsey even know who Leo is? Excuse my language. Sorry about that.
It's all right. But I agree.
Don't mind.
I agree. It doesn't add up at all.
I mean, because like I said before, there are some characters in the Power Rangers continuity universe that don't know who each other are, and I've actually typed this in Google AI once because some characters don't know of each other's existence. And another thing is during Carlos's focus episode, the Black Space Ranger, the Space Rangers don't pay Adam any attention. I mean, I guess that makes sense because Andros wouldn't know who Adam is. You know what I mean?
No, that's true. He wouldn't.
Or TJ, or Cassie for that matter.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah. Back to Once and Always from Operation Overdrive when Sentinel Knight came along and Thrax was like, "You again! If only I have the sword of Celsius, then I will use his power to destroy you forever." That will never happen. Excelsior is part of me now, and then he destroys Thrax, and Thrax is gone, just like that. I actually like that.
Yeah.
I think that's
In
worse
the
than the
word-
legendary
yo.
battle. That's just as worse as the legendary battle when Troy and Orion take care of the big bad in charge, and then they have to fight those those goon
Exports.
main villains goons, the exports. Thank you. I mean, there are millions of them. I mean, pretty much. The legendary battle was basically trying to copy Countdown to Destruction, essentially.
Yep.
But they did a
Not very
horrible
well
job
either.
at doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the problem was that with the changes halfway through finishing Turbo, it was already a mess. And Turbo was already a mess to begin with. And like I said, hadn't they stuck with TJ, Carlos, Justin, Ashley, and Cassie from the very beginning, it would not have been that much of a mess.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That's the most logical.
I agree.
That's the most logical write-up you can think of.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because Ashley and I know Ashley and Carlos were introduced before TJ and Cassie, before the transfer episodes, the two-parters, but they needed to have more character interaction.
Yep.
And because here's the thing, because some of the, like I just said about 5 minutes ago, some of the characters in the Power Rangers universe don't know each other initially. Like one team from one era wouldn't know who the other is. Like Adam, I'm sorry, Andros wouldn't know who Adam is, and Ashley, I believe, only spoke to. I'm sorry, no. Tanya only spoke to Ashley when she was in Ranger form, and she didn't even know that was her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, legendary
let's-
battle from Super Mega. Oh,
Yeah. Bad. But let's move on from that for a little bit. Here's a question that I've always asked: Dimensions in Danger. Who made the Master Morpher? Now, I know the comics try to give an explanation, but I don't agree with it. Not really. I mean, for me, if there was anyone who could have made the Master Morpher, I would think Billy and Alpha. Because
I think
Billy
those
was
two have
improved.
really.
And Alpha, of course,
Yep.
So
I think Billy and Alpha did it.
Heck,
I
I even
love
said
the
it
Master
myself
Morpher.
that
I
what
absolutely
if
love the
Tommy
Master
uses
Morpher
the Master
because
Morpher
it's
in the
just like the
legendary battle?
I think he probably did.
Hear me out.
Most likely
Yeah,
did,
definitely.
but
Yeah,
he didn't announce it yet. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hear me out. What if Tommy uses a Master Morpher in legendary battle? He would have switched
That'd be
to
pretty cool.
Green Ranger, White Ranger, Zeo Red, Turbo Red, and Dino Thunder Black, which that
then
would
he would
really
be overpowered
for
in that
legendary
sense
battle.
because there was already an army of
since
Power
the Megaforce
Rangers.
Rangers have keys
Yeah.
to
There's
transform
always
into
an
Super
army
Mega
of
or
Power.
whatever, Tommy having a Master Morpher, shifting to other Rangers and teaming up with other teams, that would have been really cool. Like, you got
Absolutely.
Mighty Morphin Green and White, Zeo from Red and Turbo, and Dino Thunder Black.
You
Literally.
can't deny
That is so cool. And that's what I love about the Master Morpher is that Tommy can basically switch from one Ranger power to another. It's just like basically like a morphing emulator, if you will.
Yeah.
I actually like that quote by saying, unless if you got a Master Morpher, you're nothing but a cheap copy. This
Yeah.
copy's gonna kick your butt.
Oh
Yeah.
I've done that in my Adventures of Buck Wild review
Totally.
rant. And
Okay.
yeah, it shows.
Yeah. And now we're coming to the final continuity issues that
Oh, wait a minute. There's one thing that we never even mentioned, the Alien Ranger.
Oh, the Alien Rangers, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Alien
dear.
Rangers.
You're right.
The Red Flat Rangers.
Underappreciated and underutilized.
Yeah.
They suck.
Yeah, they really
I
were.
feel sad for
can't
them,
believe
really,
that.
because
Crap.
I feel so sad for them because they could have done a lot more.
That's true.
Nah. Here's the thing, though, right?
and
I
here's
did
my
a
take.
video
Here's another
on a
hot
while
take.
back when
I thought I felt like Dulcia should have been the green alien ranger, and Sastria should have been the pink alien ranger.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with 5 alien rangers. I'm fine with that, as well as its Sentai counterparts. What is that Sentai series again?
Kakurenja.
Yeah, that.
Oh, and you know who should have
I'm
been the
okay with
green and
red,
pink
blue,
rangers in
yellow, black,
Kakurenja?
and white.
I'm not. And the reason why I said that is because originally Saban was supposed to call it Ninja Rangers because it's based off of ninjas. But instead, he named them aliens just because they couldn't survive without water because they had to
and
stay
not to
hydrated,
mention,
which is lazy
there's
whiting.
also Ninja
Yeah.
as the 6th
Yeah.
Ranger team. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, and isn't water the weakness for the demons from Lightspeed Rescue?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah.
But here's what I would have said. Do you know who should have been the green and pink rangers in Ninja Sentai Kakurenja? Yukio and Tsukio Yamazaki, the Yamazaki sisters, who were Tsuruhime's old friends. They should have been the green. They should have been the green and pink rangers. Then we could have seen the first female Green Ranger.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
And then the Power Ranger counterpart for the first green female ranger, Dulcia.
Yeah.
I swear that lady was underutilized.
She was.
Oh yeah.
From the movie, from the
Yep.
first Mighty Morphin movie.
Yep.
Yeah, because I know Catherine Sutherland was originally supposed to be in that position, but Dulcia pretty much was the ninja of that film, pretty much. But I don't think she even exists in the main Power Rangers continuity. She was just she only appears in the film. The same thing with that pig henchman from Rita and Zed. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
what happened, all right.
yeah, and another thing is another continuity issue with the movie, with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. They don't even mention Jason, Trini, and Zach at all. It's almost like they were never the Rangers at all.
Yeah,
excuse me, they were from the first season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the second season, and now you're telling me that they were absent in the season.
Like, what was going on there?
Nicholas, you have a point on that. But
I'm sorry, what?
Abandoning Jason, Zach, and Trini, that's cold.
Yeah. That explains why so many people were pissed off when they were getting replaced with Aisha, Rocky, and Adam. But then again, Adam did earn his place in Ranger history. I think Adam is one of the best of the three after he becomes the Zeo Green and especially the Green Turbo Ranger. I really like Adam as the Green Turbo Ranger because he's the second in command. And I mean, I would say Aisha is probably the blandest of the three. I would say Rocky is okay. I mean, Rocky is
Rocky's
okay.
more of a
Nothing
Lancer.
against him, but I think Adam is the best of the three, in my opinion.
Definitely. Adam had way more dimension. He had
And I'll be honest with you though, I love Adam as Black because that's where we get to see him shine a little bit. But him and Zeo Green, oh my gosh, I love Adam as Zeo Green and NPR Black the most because I grew up in that era than Turbo. I couldn't get behind him in Turbo because it's just sucked to me.
Adam really was very clever.
But I do dig the fight scenes though.
Yeah,
totally.
I think Adam really did prove himself to be absolutely clever and witty, very level-headed. It's just that it got taken up to 11 by Zeo by the time he was a Zeo Green Ranger.
That's so. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hey,
The big
Edelman
final
was
push here, folks. We're at Once and Always. There's quite a few continuity issues here, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like this special. I really do adore this special. But let's get real. Forever Red will never be beaten. So,
exactly. Forever Red. Actually, you know what I really would have wanted for Forever Red? To be an hour-long special or even to be a two-parter.
Or make it like a remake of Forever Red, in my opinion. But this, I mean, I want to see a Disney version of Forever Red and the Neo Saban. I mean, all the Forever Red remake. Well, only this time add like Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, and Jungle Fury. And I don't care if I'd rather stick with Jack as the Red Ranger, but back to what I was saying, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, Jungle Fury, RPM Samurai, Mega Force, and Dino Charge. Like, I mean, if they did a remake of Forever Red by having all these Red Rangers, then it would have been like, yeah. I would say don't bring all the actors for that, but do what Great Connection did, but very different and all.
They were planning on that, but the problem is the brother. They were scrapping on it for the reason because of the budget.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, just gonna say it for myself, but
sorry. Well, here's the first
movie universe.
Here's the first continuity issue with Once and Always here. This one is just one that nobody ever bothers to talk about. You know, we know what happened with, well, technically we know what was going on with, Billy, Zach. Of course, we do got an idea about Trini, but not much. Like what did they do after being Power Rangers? How did their lives move on? And Tommy, we definitely know for sure. But what about Kimberly? What about Jason? And technically Trini, we don't know the full story as to what happened, after they stopped being Rangers. Yeah, at least until that point. Granted, we know why they don't really cover this, but, because they didn't, Toy Train, may she rest in peace. That's one reason. And as for, Amy didn't come back and neither did Austin. So that's what the deal was there. But, at least with the others, we got an idea as to, what were they doing for a living afterwards? But for them, we don't really get that. That's
and all of a sudden the Rangers again. All of a sudden.
Well, Billy was able to explain that in a way. He tapped into the Morphin Grid's secondary properties. So yeah. But anyway, that's the first continuity issue. And here's one that really bugs the hell out of me. How did Tommy get back with Kat? He didn't even talk about her during Dino Thunder, and he didn't seem to have been.
Yeah, definitely. Anyone. That just shows you right there that the Tomcat ship was really
being pushed.
Absolutely, it's basically absolutely, and let me and I can actually make a bit of a comparison here. I know I'm going a little bit off topic, guys, but I'm sorry, but the shipping between Tommy and Kat can best be described as being compared to Ben Tennyson and Kai Green from Ben 10. Yeah. And don't you just hate it when writers force characters that they two characters that they barely know, they don't really have much of a relationship, and they write the ships that they're supposed to be the characters are supposed to be with in favor of people that the audience really doesn't give two craps about.
I don't think Kai Green had that much warmth for Ben. I kind of remember an episode with her, and after his whole hero switch up, I don't think she had any feelings for him.
I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, yeah, and I agree I don't know. I mean, and that's the thing, during Dino Thunder, Tommy mentioned about the history of Power Rangers up until when he left. But the fact is, he never talked about Kat, and he didn't even speak of her as being like a love interest or anything. So, and it seemed like he wasn't even in touch with any of them. So it's like, how did this happen all of a sudden? Did he just meet Kat on the street? Oh, hey, want to get married? I mean, what did that just happen? What
No, he never mentioned about it.
Exactly.
Here's the thing.
Discovered that.
I mean, I never did like
Specifically
them as a
Theo
couple to
and
begin with, but that's
Turbo,
beside
I
the point.
believe, but-
Yeah, exactly. It just felt too forced.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And didn't that episode from Zio show them like
yes.
in a theoretical future of them possibly being married and them having children, and I think it was
grandchildren.
Grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was apparently they were reading their kids a bedtime story or something. I can't remember from it exactly.
It was a season to remember where he was talking about that crappy. That is the worst Christmas one they ever made. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
What
Oh
the
oh
hell?
yeah. Thank you for refreshing my memory, movie
Yeah,
fan.
that's
That's
the
what I
one.
was thinking about.
That's the one. And that whole finisher there, that was a real slap in the face for all of us. For anyone who was for Kimberly, But
I know.
yeah.
I mean, Kimberly. I mean, seriously, like, there is no way in character that she would dump Tommy for somebody else. Absolutely no way. I mean, and Tommy and Kat anyway don't really have much of a romantic bond, to be honest with you. They just seem like good friends or casual friends.
Exactly.
And I mean, they're not. I mean, Kat. I'm sorry, Kim. Kimberly. Kim and Tommy have some sort of have a more personal bond. Considering the fact that Kimberly has known Tommy for around 3 seasons, and Kat only showed up. Kat only came into the picture.
Yeah.
Only came into the picture around mid season 3 when Kimberly left, and
exactly.
I mean, we're talking about 3 years. I mean, why would you dump the guy you've been infatuated with for, I want to say 3 years at best, and then get with a girl you barely know, and she's only come into your life recently, and you don't really treat her as a love interest per se, but she's just like a casual friend. She's just there. I mean, maybe not just there, but more so like a friend than a romantic partner, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the way I feel about it all the time. I know this is getting kind of late, guys, and we're pushing on 3 hours, so I'm going to try and wrap this up with the final questions here.
Yeah.
Aside
from that, I mean, one thing that I have to point out to once and always is that during the capturing scene of Rita Repulsa capturing the Rangers from other universes, is that how the hell did she capture many of the Rangers from across the universe? Like, aside from Mighty Morphin, like, you got Zeo, Lost Galaxy, Dino Thunder, Beast Morphers, and I mean,
that's a good question.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to point out, is that they kind of resemble the Hasbro toys that we usually bought.
Well, they were obviously, but yeah. I mean, I'm just saying they had to have been the Hasbro toys, but yeah.
Yeah, I wish these Rangers would come to life and team up with the Mighty Morphin cast, the original Mighty Morphin cast.
That would have been pretty cool.
Which, this and Cosmic Fury, but I wish
it never happened.
Unfortunately, but anyway, here's some more questions that are left unanswered. Let's see. The big one: who is Min's father? Now, a lot of people suspected it was Richie, but there's just no way because he disappeared beforehand. So that out.
Now, to be honest, some of these people that I seen, could it be Jason or, like I said, I'm in the midst with it between Zach or Jason.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can picture that. And here's a good question. How did Kat know that the putties sound like angry turkeys? Because she mentioned that that they still sound like angry turkeys after 30 years. And funny thing, when she entered the picture, she didn't deal with the putties. She dealt with the Tengas. So how'd she know that?
Exactly. I was just about to say that. And because exactly, I was about to say that. I mean, Cat never fought the putties.
Nope.
No, Cat never fought the putties, let alone what they look, let alone know what they look like or what they sound like for that matter.
Yeah.
And I think, to be honest with you, movie fan, I think that was just a callback or reference that Catherine Sutherland did, I suppose. I mean, that's the most logical conclusion I can think of.
Could be.
But I mean, Kimberly only fought the putties, not Cat. I mean, the Z putties and the regular putties. Well, actually, the Z putties were last seen in Countdown to Destruction, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, because I don't even see that Cat, or never heard that Cat. See, only fight the birdies. I forgot what these villains that.
The Tango Warriors.
Tango
Warriors.
Yeah. See, only fight them, not the putties.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Not even the Z putties. I mean, the Z putties, I would say, are much easier to defeat than the regular putties because all you have to do is just punch their chest, the Z on their chest, and they'll explode. That's practically the only explodable weak spot that the Z putties have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just one tap that Z and boom, they explode.
Yeah. And the final two questions I have here. Let's see. How did Aisha remember she was a Power Ranger after she technically altered time? Because maybe I missed something with when she, gave up being a Power Ranger. But technically, by giving the Zeo Crystal to Tanya and literally just saying, "Here, you're a Power Ranger now," and Zordon did say this could alter the timeline, and technically that should have altered it where she wouldn't even remember. Well, technically she wouldn't have been a Power Ranger. So how did she become one of the founders of SPA?
Yeah,
SPA
that's another question.
Or Space Patrol Alpha.
Yeah, isn't Space Patrol Alpha before SPD Space Patrol Delta? Isn't that true?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Although, as I recall in SPD, Doggy Kruger never mentioned Space Patrol Alpha. He said that his people were the original SPD.
Which
contradicts it as well.
C squad,
exactly.
Where's that coming
exactly.
from?
I don't know.
Space Patrol Alpha or Space Patrol Delta, that sounds cool on concept, but we already got a Power Ranger theme with police, Time Force, and SPD, definitely, of course.
Yep. And now we got the final question for me. Now this comes down to the scene where the robot Minotaur destroys that gravestone. And, if you pause it just the right time, Watch Mojo brought this one up, you see the name Harvey Garvey written up. He was that TV show host from season 2, if I remember correctly. And, he also voiced Ninjor, by the way. But, yeah, the thing is, why him? Why not Miss Appleby? Why not Mr. Kaplan? Why not Ernie? So that begs the question: why him of all people? Because he was not remembered at all. So, but then again, I did talk to someone when I was waiting to get Karen Ashley's autograph at a local comic book store. He had a theory that maybe they were trying to avoid popular, well-known characters like Ernie, for instance, that could cause a bit of a problem. Because, even though Ernie was never a Power Ranger or anything, he was still very well loved by the fans, because he was a great character.
Yeah.
But still, Mr. Kaplan, he was more of a comedy relief character in his own right. Miss Appleby kind of comes pretty close to it. So why not them,
bring them back.
Didn't they last appear? Yeah, weren't their last appearance on the show in Turbo?
Yeah. Yep, that's it. That was their last appearance in Turbo. And, that pretty much wraps it all up, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Not to
Although-
mention with the Bulk and Skull characters. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although
Bulk
maybe
and
I
Skull
could
at
bring
the
up
end.
one little bonus question. You know, how come they never tried to create a forever blue, forever yellow, forever pink, forever
Oh,
black,
that
you
would
know?
have been really funny, man. That would have been really
Yeah.
funny.
Mm,
Oh, how we wish that could have happened.
mm,
It
yeah.
could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sadly, it never will be.
And yeah, not only that, the Disney era too. They was originally, like I said, they was
If that
originally
happened in the
going to be
reboot, and it would have been like a lot more tricky, which we don't know what the reboot of the Power Rangers would look like or something
Yeah.
like that. But
Well, since they pretty much
Oh
canceled
yeah.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
can't
Well,
believe
I'm not
they
much
went
for
out of their way
reboots, but I'm
say
sorry to
something
hear
like
that it happened. I really
that's
am.
wrong.
So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Maybe the main continuity is maybe best left alone as it
Sorry,
is.
That's
the
what I
background
think.
noise.
Yep.
I mean, I don't
Yeah,
see
I
why
have
they
to
would
agree.
reboot it.
It's not a safe place for me to
I mean,
use.
and plus, wouldn't a reboot basically undo everything anyway?
Technically, I would think so. And let's get real. I mean, the way Disney is right now with their political bull crap, I hate
Oh,
to think
don't
what
get me
they're
started
Don't
on
get me
what's going
started
on
on
with
that
Disney.
one, especially with
after
what they did with
remake
Star
after
Wars.
remake.
Jesus.
These
Yeah, not to
guys are
mention they
jokes.
bought ESPN. Oh my God, Disney's
Oh,
going left and right with all this garbage.
Oh yeah, I heard about it, man. They're over the place, man. Disney is not good like it used to be, and last year I know me and you have been talking about this last year, movie fan, about to sell when some studios is gonna buy Power Rangers. Like again, I was originally wanted MGM to buy it.
Yep.
Ooh,
Me
that
too.
would be
I want
interesting.
MGM to buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm telling you, Disney needs to be stopped right now. They're turning themselves into a monopoly, and that's illegal.
Oh, pretty
Not
bad.
just that, but they're a
After what they
freaking
did to Blue
amoeba.
Sky
That
Studios,
too, yeah.
and
The
not to mention,
storytelling is
you know what?
atrocious.
There's also
Yeah.
one movie that really got under my skin for Disney, that they
They
not
are.
only closed down Blue Sky Studios, but also closed down Dino Land USA back in
See?
February,
Yeah.
and taking it with Indiana Jones. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like it's cool.
These guys are jokes.
They are
Oh,
now,
yeah.
big time.
They really
Well,
are.
guys, I hate to do this, but it's time to call it a night because we've actually hit 3 hours here. So
Oh yeah.
I'm quite
Yeah,
impressed.
it's
I
1
know,
o'clock
right?
on. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock right
It's
now.
about to
It's
get
Oh,
on
yeah.
me and Shamar's time. It's 1
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah, it's midnight over
Oh,
here. So.
dang it. Well,
Yeah, and
at least I got a dinosaur that would
Yep.
probably post up in the end again. I apologize for the background noise, movie fan.
Oh,
I
that's all right.
apologize, but have a good one here, and it's about to get wild.
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
Giganotosaurus.
Yep. Awesome. That's awesome. Well,
And
nice.
but anyways, see you later,
Bye.
movie fan.
See ya.
Bye, Anthony.
See you
Bye,
next
Shamer. Bye,
time.
Nicholas. And
See ya.
See you.
yeah,
Thanks
for
see you
making me
guys later
join.
whenever you're doing another stream.
Yeah.
I do live streams too. So if you guys want to come over to my LBT streams, you're free to come into my LBT streams. I
Oh,
do
yeah.
a lot of
Try to do
streams,
that in the
and
near
Sweet.
future.
I'll be able to invite you guys in. So see you
Cool.
guys
Sounds
later,
good.
and
Alright.
may the power protect you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night, guys. Good night.
Night, you guys.
Good night, Shamar.
Hey, man.
Hey, everybody.
Good night,
Ciao.
movie fans.
Right. Well, definitely before I sign off, I'd like to thank everybody who joined us. I definitely want to thank Antony, Shamar, Nicholas, DHR, LBT, and Jordan. Definitely Jordan. I'd like to thank Common Rider for chiming in on us, and my friend Jonathan, a reviewer from Jay's Watch. Thanks for showing up. And to anybody who watched, thanks for watching. So until then, this is Movie Fan signing off.
Bye.
We got this.